What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the podcast, episode 5.
We've
Part
done
2, though.
We've
of
done a
episode
whole
4.
handful.
Whoa. That's cool.
What if you only had 4 fingers?
Part-time.
The poor.
And
Whoa,
two-fifths of them has been with a special guest.
Yes.
Mr.
Part
Owen.
2
Round of applause
with
for Owen.
Owen Bonson. Woo.
Round of applause for Owen.
round.
Owen's back, baby. And so we are going to get back into his lovely stories of his adventures in the Navy. But first, story time. We're kind of copying the past episode's format here a little bit.
That's fine. That's
But
the
we
point,
have
to build up.
We have a twist at the end, guys.
This is
be
a
new
fun
segment.
one.
New segment, yes.
So,
get excited for
this
the
is
end
another
of this,
one.
but we are going to talk about a story here.
Yes, we do have top 5.
Whoa, he spoiled it!
Okay, so
Sorry, Owen.
story time. Also another story with Owen. This one, youth group. I'll call it a field trip. Youth group field trip / camp trip / informational museum tour.
Guys, we got lots of stories with Owen on
We
YouTube.
do.
We were
gosh.
wild. We're not as wild. Have you guys heard those? So I've listened to a podcast called Youth Group Chronicles. First off, recommend. Very good.
Wait, yeah, I've seen some of the stuff.
clips,
It's crazy.
The stuff that youth kids do.
Oh my
Our
gosh.
youth group was not that crazy.
We've never.
I couldn't
were
even
fun.
think about our.
Yeah,
some
we
of
did.
us
We
doing
were
that.
fun, and we were like, we're not super
were
stupid.
stupid, I
But
guess.
granted, some of those stories are
We
fun.
Well, we weren't stupid fun. We were just,
Entertaining.
acting entertaining, stupid fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we went on a trip. As all good youth group stories start, we went on a trip.
Field trip. Whoop, whoop.
Whoop.
So
Where
Ark.
were we going?
The
Levi.
Ark.
Levi. Oh, I was gonna have Levi talk because
Where's
he
it
didn't
at?
talk.
Spoilers.
He didn't talk last episode. Levi, do you know where it's at?
He wasn't
It's
there.
in Kentucky. I was too there. I just
He
wasn't
went
there.
there.
He
I was
went
separate.
with our
It was in
parents.
Kentucky
Yes.
somewhere. Is it?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's in
it's in
Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Okay, technically this was a church trip.
This
Was
was
it
Yes.
church?
This wasn't.
You're right.
This
It
was-
was not
Oh.
just the youth, but the
But
youth
the youth
went
group
in a van.
stories we have.
Youth group adjacent.
The
We
youth
were
group
along.
went separate. Yeah, so a bunch of
And we
adults
slept
and
in a
stuff.
separate. No, actually there were some adults there
No.
too with us.
I
in
went
the
to that
cabins.
church.
They were in the cabins,
Yeah.
but they were in a farther cabin. There was 3 or 4 cabins.
Yeah, there was
Yeah,
like
it was
a
a
couple
different
of parent.
spot.
and then it was
cabinets.
like the grandparents.
Yeah,
and
we
the
slept in
sponsors.
the main one.
Yeah.
We did.
So here we go.
were on the
Here's
main one.
more background to the story. So
I have another story. I just thought of. Okay.
Oh my
Write it
gosh.
down.
Sorry, go
Right.
ahead. I'm gonna add it to the doc.
onto the Ark story. Back to that Kentucky Ark. He went with our parents. They stayed in a hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But we
And
did go.
The youth group.
Where
you
you
did
guys
see us.
stayed.
We had a whole service thing.
We were
but
in there
anyway,
for a while.
yeah, because it was freaking ballin'. So then the youth
was.
group itself separated and drove up separate, in a new acquired youth group bus. Safe. Yeah, new.
Van
Safe.
tour.
Maybe.
That was.
But-
was that the first? That was the first
It was
trip
a
in that
good
vehicle.
time. So the youth group go up in
And
the
the
bus.
video that we did.
We're going to Kentucky. Hoorah.
right.
Loading up the van. We didn't fill it completely, but we got our pastor to install a little TV.
Wait, this is a
on
different. This
No,
is
this
not
is a
that
different
one.
van,
This,
yeah.
No, this is different. This is not the vehicle.
This is in
I'm
the
thinking about
bus.
that we did the video.
Oh yeah,
of
no,
the
this
bus.
is the white bus.
Yeah.
This bus
Did-
is
wait,
crap.
is this the bus we borrowed
No, we bought
from
this
the other
bus.
church, or did
And
we buy it from them?
Yeah,
I think
we
yeah,
bought
because
it,
it's in
and then we
Chase.
sold it to someone. Remember,
That's right. Yeah.
we
Yeah,
sold
it's
it
in
to a family.
the
in
pastors.
church.
Yes.
Yes, they bought it for like $1,000 or something.
So then anyway, so we fix it up, not really fix it up. It was kind of fixed up. But we put a TV on a pole that was coming right to buy the first seat so we could play our Nintendo Switch and games
As
on
one
this.
does.
Yes.
Yeah, so
as any normal
we're
human
using.
would.
Are we saying the name of pastor?
Yeah, we can.
So
I don't think we
Chase,
care. Chase,
our pastor,
ballin'
and the youth
dude.
pastor, and a mechanic.
Yeah.
He wires. So there's a pole. So when you go up in the bus, there's like a pole, like a support pole, because it's like it seats 8. It has like 8 chairs.
Yeah,
Like
it
a
was like an
senior
old
citizen
people's
bus.
Yeah,
bus.
yeah. Like an old person bus, yes.
So yeah, they
So
come
it's
up and
got
they
a
grab
hand.
this
It's
pole
got
to
this
go.
handle right behind the driver's seat.
No. Oh yeah, it was.
It's
it
a
was,
big
it was.
pole,
It was.
and so Chase retrofits a mount for this TV. It might have had a TV in it. I don't remember.
Probably
No, I
some
think we
Tizen
added the
tapes.
TV.
No, we added the TV. 100%.
So he retrofits this TV to it, and he wires from the battery an outlet of some sort to power this TV.
yes.
And so
And
then, yes,
we, were just
we have a
powering the
TV.
Switch.
There is a TV in the bus, which you
Like
never,
an RV.
never done seen.
Ballin'.
It
So
was pretty
some of
ballin'.
us played on
You'd
it a
have
little
to
bit.
you'd have to duck under it to like leave.
It wasn't super big, but you could still see off of it. And then
and you could see all the way in the back.
side note, there was others that had brought a Switch of their own, and so like me and my buddy Trevor, which we'll have on this podcast at some point, I'm sure.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Oh yeah.
If we keep doing it, yeah.
And
he will have
we
to.
played
Yeah, he'll be on.
Sports Party Nintendo Switch golf. Like probably a good half of the drive after
Yeah,
we had played other games.
it was
with
like
other
the second
people.
half, the
Yeah.
second trek, the second day we were making this trip up to Kentucky. You guys literally played it like the whole time.
Oh yeah, no, because
And
it
you
was
guys are-
it was
it
it was
crazy.
for a while.
It was.
And I just
fun.
look over and you guys are like the switch is on one of your knees and the other knee. And you guys
Yeah.
are-
No, because you
However
could
you
golf
could do
with
it.
the sticks. You didn't have to like actually swing.
I think
Yeah.
that's
So
worse.
we were sitting there holding it.
harder.
It wasn't great, but it made it more competitive because we both had to suck at it, and it was fun. Fun times. I don't know what you guys were playing or doing with that.
I don't
time.
remember what we were
They,
doing either.
you know, they probably played a movie on it off of a laptop. If I'm being honest.
Oh yeah, I think that did happen
Yeah.
at least once or twice.
Yes, I think we did. They did watch
To
a movie,
please
probably
the
a Disney
girls
movie
on
of
the
some
trip.
sort,
Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
or a musical.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, probably was.
Oh no, they had like a DVD player. It wasn't even a laptop. I think they
Probably.
probably just hooked up like a DVD
That's pretty
player.
That sounds about
We're
right.
watching some.
So then, anyway, on this
VCR
trip, we couldn't make the trek in a day. Did we stop twice or just one time?
Just the once.
once.
Okay,
to
so
a-
we're making
to
this
some random
trip,
church.
and yeah, somehow
Huge
in
church,
some
though.
contact before this trip, we get in with another church that has this. It's a huge church.
It was
and it
huge.
had an upstairs, which was like just youth center.
yeah,
Maybe it was from the contact was from the Ozark Music, whatever that's called, and it was somewhere in, you know,
in between.
sure in between.
Somewhere-
I thought it was Indiana, but if it was in Indiana, it had to be like the very bottom.
Right.
It might
right.
have- you
They
might
said
be
I remember it
right.
being Indiana.
Yeah.
I don't
So then
remember
they
what
met
it was.
this at a different camp, and so then they were like, "Yeah, sure, we got one here. You can stay." And so we did, and man, was that a blast! So
that
upstairs,
was so fun.
2 TVs, 2 Xboxes. We're playing games.
They also
Ping
had
pong
making the girls
tables,
mad.
pool.
Ping pong,
Oh, yeah.
pool,
They were so
all
good.
the great
A
stuff.
whole stage. They had a whole small stage just for the youth.
Yeah.
All the guys immediately entertained. The girls. Were
Oh,
like,
yeah, the
Can we
girls
go
were like,
somewhere
"Oh my
else?
God."
Yeah, the
Can we
girls
go
were
play
like,
cards?
"What's going on?" You know, one or two
Let's
of them would play
play-
ping pong, and then you just start hearing us screaming because we're playing Gang Beast or
Yeah,
whatever.
let's play Explore the Church. You know, that kind of boring
I
stuff.
think
So
they
yeah.
actually did do that.
Oh yeah,
They
had
probably
to.
did. Do you?
So
guys,
then, yes, Gang Beast. That's when we were introduced to that.
is that really?
I'm pretty sure it is.
We don't
were
play
like,
it that
oh, what's
often,
this
but it
game?
was funny.
And then an older youth member.
Oh,
was
I
like,
think I
you've
knew
never
it.
played that?
I might have knew it. I known of it, but yeah, or
Super fun
Someone
game
else,
for a
one
bunch
of the
of
other
people.
people knew it. Yeah.
And then I feel like we ended up playing something else as well.
I think
but
I
don't
definitely
remember.
I think we
I
probably
played Call of
Smash
Duty
Bros.
there.
There was a
Yes, yes.
The
Later
church
night. Later
Call of
night.
they had it.
Duty.
I was playing it.
Later in the night. Yes, yes.
I remember.
Oh yeah, we were up so
And
late.
probably Fortnite.
It was probably 11
Oh,
or
yeah.
12.
Totally
I think
played
we were in another
Fortnite.
time zone too, so it was really like 1 for us or something like
thought-
that.
I'm
and
pretty
it
sure
was
it's
like
the other
midnight.
way. Pretty sure it's the other way.
I had to. Owen had his cot,
Oh
Yeah.
the clock.
Okay. So you guys might
You
be
peasants.
thinking,
and I
Church?
had
Sleeping?
I had an air
Yeah,
I don't even
mattress.
talk.
Yeah. You guys might be thinking, how are you sleeping in a church? Well, I'll tell you what. Air up mattress over here. Bro brought a cot. The rest of us brought sleeping bags, baby.
Yeah, I know.
And this might have been when we were
Chase's yoga
first
mat.
introduced to the yoga mat idea from Chase. It's not a yoga mat.
It's not.
He would get mad if you called it a yoga
If
mat.
he was here, he'd look at us.
But
It was definitely
it's
a yoga mat.
rolled
It
out.
looks a lot like a yoga mat.
It does, because it's just a rolled out piece of foam.
like
That's
a yoga
it.
mat,
Probably the size of a body, not even the size of the sleeping bag.
about
just
the size of a yoga mat.
you put it in the middle. Well, some of them get wider, but yeah. And so I had brought my mom's that I had used or not used. That was a yoga,
yoga
mat,
mat?
that was
Yeah.
squishy. And then the other people were just
You
on
had a
this
yoga
rolled
mat?
out- Yeah.
I
brought
wonder if
mom's
that's where
blue
it
one.
started from, because Ethan had an actual yoga mat.
It might have. You just grilling Chase
had
about
that
it.
Other thing.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That
I
sounds about
mention it every time I see
So
it now,
then
but I don't
during
see it
this
very
is
often.
happening, what's going on with you? I didn't ever hear
Do you
the sides
remember?
of that story.
Yeah,
Where
'cause
did you guys
where'd
head
you
up?
guys- yeah,
Did you
honestly,
guys
I don't
stay?
remember.
Did you
Where'd
make
you
it in
guys
a day?
stay?
Like
Just
what?
local motel or something.
You found a
We
hotel.
because we
Is
were
that-
with you.
Did you follow us?
We went into your.
Okay.
We were in your.
I remember
church.
where they
Okay.
were after when we got to where we were going.
We
Well,
were.
because
I
we
don't
stayed
remember
later.
that.
Closest hotel, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, so that makes
Okay,
sense.
makes sense.
There's a few things that stand out for me from that night. First off, do you remember any bathroom related issues or shower? I feel like there was like something with that.
There was.
There was
the
something-
girls were taking all the hot water.
Oh yeah! That's
That
what
was
I
terrible.
thought. That's what I thought.
The girls were notoriously taking their stupid long showers.
And they were they were adjacent, so you could hear them through the wall laughing about it.
Oh yeah,
I was
they
like,
would
this is
suck
so
off-
stupid.
it would get cold on them.
I know.
And so they were taking their hour showers. You know, we're out here having the time of our lives in this church that's so cool because it's got a
And the
youth section. And then the girls
Where
are
was the
sucking
shower? Where do you remember?
It was like
Wasn't it
so
super
you went up
far?
the stairs. The youth center room was to the left. You go down the hall a bit more. Our room was to the left where we slept. You went like all the way down, like right.
Yeah.
And it
Because
went all the
I
way down the
remember
hall.
I took a shower there, and you had to go downstairs,
Yeah.
around the corner,
You may have, yeah.
long
Oh, that's
hall,
right. Yeah, okay.
all the way down to the bottom, and you're like, it's like as far as you can probably
it
go in
was
that
a far
church.
walk. I do
Very
recall
cold.
Is that? But is that where it was?
I think so. Yeah.
And did you guys? I don't remember if I went first because I knew the hot water might be an issue,
You would have sucked it up.
but
You make it to you.
I do not remember. I took a shower there. I remember that, and I remember there was something with it. Either it was like you have to wait because the girls took all the hot water,
It was
Yeah.
or
something
there
like
was
that.
something. There was something that happened there, and it might have been that.
I remember my shower. I think was pretty cold.
Yeah, because
that might have been what it was.
the church there had warned us about that. They were like, "Hey,
There's not a lot
you're
of
gonna
hot
lose
water.
some
How many
hot water
people
here,
we had.
probably." Yeah.
That was
anyway,
probably
that was a
it.
fiasco.
I remember that. I remember.
And then
I remember people making fun of me because I had my mattress, and so it was
Yeah,
like
brought his own
it was like
carrot
midnight,
mattress,
and then
whatever.
it's like.
It was like late. We're all laying down. So
Yeah, I was like
in the back.
I was like,
Yeah.
guys, I have to air up my mattress.
right. So then we have the time of our lives, whatever. It goes to sleeping time. And
gosh.
notoriously sleeping time was there was a pre-bedtime shenanigans that happened in the sleeping quarters.
That happens just everywhere.
in
we
this
go.
first one, I specifically remember us because
covered.
it was a big room. And
it was just empty.
It was
There
just
like,
an empty
There's
big
like a
room.
piano.
I think it was like a
So,
classroom.
I
Yeah.
just remember it was either Chase or me or Trevor or someone just ripped one.
I think it was Trevor.
I think
Yes.
it was Travis.
and it was so funny because it echoed just a little bit.
I do
was
remember
awesome.
this.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was
So then we all
silent,
started-
so they're just broken.
And I
Yeah.
don't know what the girls were doing at this time,
Some probably
but they were
bored.
probably sleeping.
yeah,
they
yeah,
were
like normal
annoyed.
people.
Like
Totally
normal.
annoyed.
We're like lights out. It had just because we take forever to die down.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
So it had just died down, and I think we were grilling one of the younger ones. Stop talking. Get off your phone. Something like
Yeah.
that.
It's a good thing Logan wasn't also in the
Yeah.
otherwise we
Yeah.
never would have slept.
Yeah, so we're like, stop talking. Get off your phone. And we had finally
yes, 'cause
bullied
we
them.
had some. Yes,
We had some
Oh,
middle
yeah,
schoolers. We
that's right.
bullied them to get off their phones and to stop making noise. And just as silence had fallen, like a minute later, Trevor
rips
rips
a big
it.
one.
Oh my gosh.
And then that, of course, erupted laughter through everyone. And then we were talking,
And I think the middle
Took us a
schoolers
while
turned
to
their
go to
phone back
bed.
on, and then it was
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, we just got everyone quiet.
Yeah.
I didn't sleep very well.
I got a
that
question.
was great.
I got a
Yes.
question.
Was this might not have been in a motel? Was this where we were in that airport? Well, when I was in that airport, massive Holiday Inn with the big elevator you see inside, they have like plants and stuff all inside.
I do not know what you're
Are you
talking
talking
about.
about the OKC game?
No, I'm pretty sure we were in a really nice hotel for this
Probably
night.
were.
I don't remember, but this would have been one. This was super. We got in super late, hard to. We couldn't
Oh,
even
yeah.
really find
it was dark.
And
Yeah.
it was dark when we arrived, and then we booked it. But I think there was something where I think you slept somewhere different than the other people
The
that were with
normal,
us.
Well,
yeah,
I
the
wasn't-
other group.
I wasn't
guess.
part of the youth group per se.
Well, no,
No,
I'm
well,
saying
that's what we're
we
saying.
took other adults with the
Yeah, the
church
other
too.
group of adults were
They
all
all
trying
went
to
to
book and
one
stay.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went into that church. I think you guys either kept going, stopped earlier, something. I feel
I
like
don't-
there was something that someone did.
I'm pretty sure. So, I believe we took 2 nights. There was 2 nights of this trip. There was.
Are you thinking on the way
getting there.
back? Because we did something different on the way back.
No, because I don't think you guys were there.
No, I don't remember that.
I believe
remember what
me,
you're
mother,
talking
and
about.
father stayed in a really nice, like 8 or 7 or 8. Well, it was story Holiday Inn that had a really nice. It was an
Huh.
airport
Probably
Holiday
did.
Inn,
That's
and
kind
it
of
That
had
does
cool.
sound
a
pretty
really
nice.
nice. You go up, you got the glass elevator. You can see inside the whole
probably
hotel
true.
thing.
Oh, like the middle's open.
Yeah.
One of those. Oh, those
Yeah.
are so cool.
That is
Those are actually pretty
baller.
cool
I was
hotels.
kind. That would have been. I mean, we had fun, but that would have been cool too.
So then,
There's
Yeah.
one that's in Topeka too. It's really nice.
Oh my god.
so then the next morning comes.
what did we eat? Did we even eat?
I
there?
don't remember what we
I
had.
think
if
we had
planned
like
a
bars. I
breakfast.
remember this.
Yeah.
We were. They were down there just handing out like
Yeah.
breakfast
Oh,
bars.
for breakfast?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
could not eat that.
As
I was
we were
feeling,
coming out of the
I was feeling
door.
nauseous that morning.
Wow. That's a tough trip. So then we head out early in the morning, crack of dawn, pretty much. I'm pretty sure. I don't
It
think
was.
really
It was
light.
like an hour after sunrise. Or
So
something.
like
everybody's
6 or
getting
7.
up, trying to go brush their teeth, got to go down the stairs to the bathroom.
Yeah,
and
hot
brush
water's
blah, blah,
out.
blah.
Well, I think some people waited to shower because the hot water.
Oh yeah, just something to
Yeah.
shower in the morning.
So we
to get
had
up
some
early
of the
and
middle
shower in the
schoolers
morning.
like waking up way early and showering last
I
minute.
could
Yeah.
never.
So then they were tired, and then so anyway, me and Trevor probably hopped on sports party golf again.
That's when that happened. That was that part of the trip where you guys played.
Yeah,
it.
we had found out about it before. Honestly,
Maybe you
probably
bought
at
it
the youth
there.
center. No,
Like,
we
you
had that
downloaded
because
it
it was a
there.
CD.
Oh,
Or not a CD.
But
Cartridge
card, yeah.
for the Switch.
okay. So maybe that's you guys just. I just know that second trip from that place on, you guys played it like the most
all the
of
time.
that time. It was
because we
crazy.
were bored. We had done all the talking, watched the, whatever.
Oh yeah.
And that was when really, that's when I want to say I really became friends and connected with Trevor was on that trip. Because otherwise, he was just a guy in your class that went to our church. So I feel like
Boom.
before that, it was kind of like, hey, yo,
Friendships forged.
you want to play a golf game? Sure, why not? And then we ended up both loving it and then clicking through it. That was kind of cool.
Was that the first
And
trip
then-
Owen went on?
I think it pretty much was.
It had to be close.
It was close. Yeah.
Dang, we were forging friendships,
Oh, yeah.
gentlemen.
Oh yeah.
Except Levi,
So-
he wasn't. He was with parents
Right.
because he was.
He
too
I don't
young.
think
separate.
I basically did not
Okay.
know who Levi was at that point.
Here's another
It's fair.
fun
He wasn't
side
really
part.
there.
This was when, so I have a girlfriend. This was when I first, and I have a band I wear too. This is, mushy gushy, whatever. This was technically the first time I had met and talked actually to her because we got put in the same group at the Ark. Anyway, that was a little side note.
Cool.
It's kind of cool. But anyway, so
Cute.
back to traveling, party, sports party, golf, me and Trevor. Did anything else happen on the way up there?
I can't. I was filming. That's a lot of what I
think you were
remember. Is
filming,
I had a
yeah.
GoPro that was crap, but I was using it and I was filming stuff around. And Chase had a GoPro too. I remember
He did.
there's a video footage of Chase. He's got the GoPro on a stick. That was his videoing stick.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the stick happened to fit a chapstick. You remember this,
Oh.
Owen? And so he.
Oh, yes!
So he turns the camera around like a scope on this thing, and so you see Chase. He goes
with the stick.
and he's got the chapstick. He goes and he just ruffle, and you see Ethan, and then you just see chapstick.
Yeah, he could shoot the
He
chapstick
blow
out.
darts the chapstick.
That's what we did
into
at the church at
Ethan's
the thing.
butt.
Yeah, that
Yes!
was hilarious.
There's video of it.
Yeah.
Yes,
about
that's
that.
so funny. Yes.
Yeah, I remember
Oh,
that.
that's
about
good.
all I remember. I think I have dumped everything I remember from going up
Yes,
there.
that's so funny.
That was a long. I mean, that was a long trip. And then
Did you have anything else?
That
with
was
the
a long
up
trip
there?
for me.
It was.
Yeah.
Mr.
Because
Carsick.
yeah, earlier that
Shaky
day on the
bus.
way there before we got to the
Is
church.
this when you were
we
sick? You
stopped
were
at-
only sick the whole time, or just at the start?
pretty much.
The whole time.
So we had stopped at a
I had
McDonald's
no-
early that day before we got to that church.
Well, duh, that's how that happens.
For
yeah, 'cause we
some
had to eat
reason,
dinner.
like
Duh.
an idiot, I ordered a salad at a McDonald's.
Really? Why'd you order a
That's
salad?
funny.
Exactly.
Well, I'm just curious.
Actually, that was in my salad phase. I really liked salads.
Oh, he was in a salad phase.
Yeah,
Boy was
salad
going through his
phase.
salad phase.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, cringy part of my life. But anyway, wake up that morning, and I'm like, normally I'm nauseous. If I wake up super in the morning, early in the morning, I haven't eaten anything. My stomach is empty, and I feel a little nauseous. I'm
Is
like,
that-
okay, this is normal.
Is that a condition?
Not just 'cause my stomach's empty. It might be. I
It's
don't
just
know.
how you just okay.
Yeah.
You just
Okay.
But
part of your
I
life.
deal with it. It's fine. But
Well,
and
yeah,
then-
you eat something.
Yeah, and then later when we leave and they're handing out the breakfast stuff, so I was like, okay. And then I started thinking about eating. I'm like, oh, I do not want to eat right now. And then we got in the car and we got into the hills and it
Oh,
got
yeah.
worse
Bus was
and
just-
worse.
Oh, boy.
And by about halfway through that day of the car ride, I was like, I'm gonna throw up. So I was like, I need a bowl stat. So,
I
yeah,
don't remember this,
that
but I
happened.
remember you talking about it afterwards.
We had to stop at a gas station, and then after that, I was just sick as a dog the whole
Yeah.
rest of the trip until like the last day driving back because
And then you got better.
one of the parents got me some Dramamine. I keep that stuff with me all the time now. It
Very
worked
nice.
wonders. I was when we were at
So
the
you didn't-
Ark.
did you
I was
actually
hugging
throw up?
every trash can. Yeah, I threw it up in the van.
Nice.
in the van.
I do not remember this.
Yeah, I don't think I
Was it on the way back?
I think I moved to the other van,
Oh.
like
I
the
think
original
you had moved
church
to a
van.
car too
Yeah,
because it was a better
on
ride.
the way up. I think on the way back was pretty much the only time I was in the bus.
Oh.
Yes,
Very
Because you
if
were
I remember
sick.
correctly. Yeah, pretty much. I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I didn't know that. That shows
I just
how much
remember hearing about
cared.
you guys playing golf the whole
Very
time.
cool. Yeah,
funny.
It was great. Me and Trevor.
So
were
Owen
killing
threw
it.
up in a car. Good job, Owen.
Yeah.
That was his.
Anyway,
That was his trip.
If
up.
you ever need to know where the trash cans are at the Ark, I know exactly where everyone.
Owen
map
I
it
was
out for
hugging
you.
every single.
Owen
one
would
of
like
them.
slow down by a trash can, and then when the group got to another one, he'd go.
That'd be
That's
safe about
funny.
it.
So then, yeah, we get to the Ark. We didn't get to the Ark. Whoa, slow down there, Ethan.
Gosh.
We get to the campsite where we're gonna stay.
Which is like 2 to 3 cabins, one main one, and like 2 that's just for sleeping.
Oh yeah.
Yes, 2 with just bunk beds and beds, and then the one main one with beds above the kitchen, and then the living room with a bunch of couches.
That living room
And then
was
there
actually
was
kinda sick. It
so
a
there
big
was like
couch.
so
It
the
was.
layout of this thing is like the main cabin because we stayed in the main cabin. The boys did.
Yes.
So when you walk
What was that
in
decided?
to the cabin, you
We're
have
probably like, we're gonna stay here.
you
I think
have
the girls
like
wanted the privacy and not to be woken up
Probably.
in the morning.
yes, I think that was
Even though
it.
they probably woke
I
us
think
up
we
in the
were
morning
all
most of the
concerned
time.
about that about who was gonna get the main cabin because that's where the kitchen was. So when you walk in left, there's like a U of a counter and kitchen and cabinets
Island,
and
stove, all
Yep,
that.
all the, you're like huge
And then
kitchen.
stairs in front.
A spiral
look forward.
staircase.
All the way up.
Spiral staircase too. Above the kitchen is a big like queen size bed and then room all around it. And then to the right when you walk in is a big U of couches, old crappy looking couches, but a lot of seating.
Actually, kind of comfy.
Okay, I lied.
They were.
No, it was because there wasn't enough beds. We let the girls have the beds because we had.
Oh.
I think we let the girls have.
That's
the
like there
beds.
was only like one bed up in the loft.
Yeah.
and the rest
Right.
of the people were on
That
two
makes
bags.
sense
And
because
there was
the girls wouldn't
there
have
was
slept on
more
the floor.
girls
Not
too.
sure
I
about that.
think.
Yeah.
So anyway, so the couches around a TV, like board games, a coffee table, stuff like that, and then above that is an empty loft that will come into later. But there's an empty loft with like nothing.
Yeah, like they wanted to
It
put
was
a bed up there,
bare.
but they didn't quite get there. Completely empty, no stairs up to it, but it was climbable. So
That's yeah.
we get there. We're exploring.
Gotcha, Levi.
It's kind of later in the night, so we're trying to divvy up who's gonna be where. So I think we let the girls have the ones with like the AC in the beds. It was tinier, it was tighter.
Did
They
it have AC?
will probably claim that it was too small, but it had the beds, and
I
I'm
have
sure
heard
liked
that
it
they
a
were
lot
like
better.
sardines in there.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
We weren't spacious that much anyway.
Yeah, we were
No.
next. We were
No,
on top
because
of each
that's
other.
where I was
because
going
we had
next.
to
Up
send
in the loft.
we had to send someone somewhere else.
no, yeah, no, that's what
We
I'm saying.
sent him. Didn't we send someone across to the other loft you couldn't get
we'll
to?
Get
Yes.
to that.
So hold on.
So wait. So before we went to bed, I remember one of the things I very vividly remember is we watched Star Wars like super late. Do you remember that?
Yeah, on the TV in there.
They had a disc of
Were
Star
the girls in
Wars.
there too?
No, they did
They
not
may
stay
have
up
been
late
there for
enough.
like 5 minutes.
Yeah, they
but
were
then
there for a little
left.
bit.
I think one or two of them came in to grab something, and they're like, "What are you guys doing?" And
yeah,
we're like,
lights off,
"Star
blankets.
Wars."
Oh yeah.
And then they
great
left.
movie
Fire
sign.
Strikes
So
Back
yeah,
or
we
something.
watched half of Star Wars, and then we just are like maybe 20, 30 minutes of it, like one of the first 3 of the trilogy, and then we just slowly started dispersing, and then I think it was like Trevor stayed up like
Probably.
an hour later than
Finished
everyone.
it. I think I finished it too.
You
I
guys
think there was
watched
a
the
couple
whole
people
thing.
who finished it. It
But-
was not
Crazy.
me.
I know. I went to bed. One of our
Was that
friends.
wait, no, that was the second night.
Oh, was it? I don't know.
I think that was
I
the
just
second
remember
night.
that being a night.
It was
And then
Because
one
the
of,
first night we got there,
one of the
we
people.
divvied up and then we talked.
This was the same night that this thing happened. though.
yeah, that's
this,
right.
The next story.
No, I'm not there yet. Hold on.
But that happened on the Star Wars night.
Yeah, so hold on. So then the first night we get there,
Okay, first night. Yeah,
we are
okay.
dispersing. Girls go, we go on ours, and we're like, who's gonna sleep where? And so I think we let the older ones maybe have the bed.
We did, and I was offered the bed, but I had the mattress.
Yeah,
so
so you were
I got the
chilling.
mattress, and we had one of the younger guys in the bed. I think.
So then
And the older
Yeah, we
guy
had
that was
two
in
middle
the,
schoolers
bed,
in the bed.
Oh, that's right. That
Had
was
what?
yeah,
Had
we had the
what?
middle schoolers in the bed.
No, we didn't.
Yeah,
No, we didn't.
I think we did.
I
because
don't
we
think
didn't
we
want
did,
to
'cause
deal with
one
them.
of my old friend had a laptop and was playing like Rocket League in the bed.
That sounds about right.
maybe.
Brought
So
his-
then
he brought
anyway,
his little
We're dispersing who's
Inspiron
gonna
Dell.
sleep where, and so what I remember from that first night is the sleeping
Well,
part.
we might have changed the sleeping.
Is
arrangements.
yeah, we might have, but anyway, I remember because we were all talking and farting around with the showering, I think, and then
How did the showering? The shower was the third. That was what the third. There was the main thing, a restroom,
And there's,
shower
like, the
room,
bathroom.
and then there was 2 sleeping.
I think they also took the hot water in that one too.
There's a really good.
oh yeah,
chance.
because they definitely started before we did.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
we were all
take 5
outside.
I
minutes.
think we waited till
All
it
of
was
them take
dark.
collectively 2
Yeah,
hours.
we were
to
playing
do it.
catch and frisbee.
Yeah, and then I think they kind of went off and
They
like a couple
started
of them
going.
went off.
Yeah,
One or two of us may
because
have.
they did everything
and
together.
then I
like
think
weirdos.
they all did it. They all just went off and showered, and then we stayed up and like we were waiting on them. We let
Yeah.
them go first, waited on them,
Yes.
and then there's a
So
good
then
chance. they
now I
took
want to
the
go to
hot
Levi.
water.
First night we arrived there. Where did you guys go?
They were in.
Did you come and meet
Weren't
us?
you in that little motel?
I think we always spent most of the evening at your cabins because that's where all the church met.
I
But
think they were there for a little bit.
Yeah,
that sounds
Just to
about
kind of
right.
see what it
I
looked
can
like.
picture all your cabins. We were there, I
Yeah.
believe, every night.
I have a photo.
then
I
just
can
went
prove,
and
but
slept
yeah.
in our motel.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Is you guys were probably there until it got pretty
until
dark.
it got dark,
and
and then
then you
they
guys
left,
probably
which is
left.
when the fun happened. was
It was just true. Everything fun happens after
Okay,
dark.
so then anyway, like where I was going. So I just vividly remember clearing out the table, that was in the middle of the couches because that's where I and Chase and somebody else slept.
Not the whole.
Just boom, boom, boom.
Not the second time,
No, the first night.
but not the second night. Or did you?
I'm pretty sure we
Up
just
in the
kept it
loft?
like that. No. Down low, around the couches, in between the couches, because there was the window
I think
right
that
there
did happen at some
that I
point, yeah.
remember.
I
Sleeping
imagine
by.
that being the
Yeah.
first night, but I don't think that's what happened the second night.
I don't remember that.
'Cause
Then.
I
Like
think
said,
I
just
remember Chase being
this
up
one.
with me in the loft.
Because we were
Like,
all
I feel like
talking.
I slept right next to him.
I don't know, man. I was
I
in
think
my
he was
cot.
at my feet. Yeah, Owen was at
famous
his,
cot.
in his
Yeah,
cot.
right. So
Do you still
I
have
don't
that
know.
cot?
That might.
Oh, that's
then
what I
maybe
remember.
we did go.
It was
up.
like a A-frame, and I
Yeah.
was sleeping like against the wall, kind of up in the
Yeah.
loft.
You were like in the
Yeah.
corner.
And I woke up in the middle of the
'Cause
night. I
the
smacked
roof.
my head off the rope. I was like, "Oh, who put that there?"
yeah, because the
Yeah,
roof
'cause
came
the-
right down.
Because when
his
you're on the
cot.
second floor, it starts going inward like 2 foot off the ground, and so yeah, you
It was
would
pretty dumb.
tucked it as far as you could in there. Yeah, that was
Mhm.
funny. So then we get to. That wasn't the first night because it was late. We just arrived. We went to bed. Then it was the second night, like we're saying here.
where the
Which-
crazy story happened.
Yes,
Which was
and-
when we also
oh my
watched
gosh,
Star Wars.
So funny. I do believe that is when we watched Star Wars. Is the second night.
So we all
Because the first night we were like, "Oh, we got to
Were
do
we
this
there
tomorrow."
for like 3 nights or 2 nights?
2 or 3.
Two
I think it
or
was three.
I think it was 2, but we might have
I don't
left.
remember.
I don't remember.
No, we didn't leave early.
We did. We went with our
We
family.
stayed. We didn't leave early.
You guys stayed
Yeah,
to go do something.
stayed-
You just
yeah.
rode separately.
Later.
to go do
So,
something.
we all and jump in anytime. Anyone who remembers the story better than me.
So here, I'll jump in with my part. I remember first night we got there, we seen the other loft, and we're like, "Oh, cool."
Yes.
And
Did
so
we send someone up there the first?
yeah,
probably
we
not.
test drove it. We
Maybe
put,
that morning we threw someone
Test
up.
drove it.
The first
we
morning.
put yes, it was in the morning. I feel like
I bet we probably did. I bet we woke up and said, "Okay, we're gonna go figure out what this empty lot
Yeah.
above the couches."
It was
so,
the
like,
second morning. or
yeah,
the
me
first morning.
and Trevor, I think.
I think
two
Jarek
of the
also did
bigger,
it too.
and Jarek, I think, is who we sent up there.
Yeah, I think
The
so.
first night.
Because I have a
So
video of
me
you
and
guys
Trevor
grabbing his
have
his
Jarek, yeah.
legs. So
and
there's
he's like
3 big
reaching up.
dudes.
He's reaching up to grab the bottom floor of this loft, and we just as high as we could. And he grabs it and then starts mangling and mushing himself, and he goes, "Aha!" as he got up there.
So he,
Which there's a window on the other side, so
Yeah.
it was lit, but otherwise it was just plywood on the floor.
yeah, and so we're like, "What's up there?" He's like nothing.
yeah. Literally, there was nothing.
And there was no ladder to get up there or anything.
I feel like there was maybe some extra wood stored in the corner.
Probably.
And
there-
so
it
then
was
he gets
pretty
up there,
barren.
and then we bring him down. We're like, okay, cool. So then later that day, after we'd been at the
we'd
Ark,
gone there and we come back for the night,
Mhm.
and I'm pretty sure Jarek's like, "I went back up there."
yes, because
think we
it was
probably
so
said-
tight sleeping the first
Yes.
night.
Oh yeah. I think we're like, Jarek should just sleep up there, and he's like, "I will."
Yeah.
And we're like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." And so
just lift me up there.
I think we lifted him up there and then threw him his stuff.
yeah, we threw his stuff up there after, and he made his little bed right in the middle.
Which is why I think we all slept in the loft because we had more room with Jarek gone, and so then we
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
tight
I
knitted
think
up
you're
there on
right.
the second night.
I think
But
you're
anyway,
right. To
so
not
what I
disturb the
remember
living.
is we finally are settled down.
Settle down.
Yeah, settle down.
Settle down.
We've
We're yapping.
turned off the TV of Star Wars, and everyone's pretty much made their way up there. Maybe Trevor.
no, we
was
didn't
still
turn it
watching.
off. Trevor was watching Star Wars.
Yeah, someone finished it off and went pretty
Yeah,
late.
it
Yeah,
turned
I
the-
think
he just
Trevor
turned the
was
volume
probably
down.
still watching Star Wars, but
Yeah.
most of us were up there in that loft. And let me review the story. I wrote this down. I wrote
But
down this story. It was so
The only
funny.
reason I remember the Star Wars is because I was down with Trevor on the
Yeah.
bottom floor in the living room. And that's where I slept because I just was in my little bed
Then
thing
maybe we did Star Wars
watching
that
the Star
first
Wars.
night.
No.
Random
Oh.
thought. That's back when I had a flip phone for my phone.
No way, really?
Oh, that's
You
cool.
had a flip phone?
Yeah.
I probably had either
For about like a year and a half.
a little iPhone, like an old iPhone, or I probably had.
didn't have a phone.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
you
you
did
did.
not.
You had an iPod, maybe.
I would yeah.
The
and I-
youngest always gets it the fastest.
I probably had. That's true. I probably
got it
had
the
an old
same time
iPhone
both of you
or an
did.
Android, the old Android.
Sixth
Oh, yeah.
I would
grade.
have had an Android. You had the iPhone. You had
I
Grandma's
did
old
the
iPhone.
SE. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, the SE. So
The old SE.
So
the
we did-
Oh,
square
gosh.
one.
so we threw Jarek up there, and then pretty much promptly forgot about him.
Yeah, he just knocked himself out.
So he's just over there, quiet as could be. We think he's asleep, and so we're talking over there. We're just chatting in the quiet, you know. And we left him up there with no way down.
yeah, he would have had to
Yeah.
jump. He would have.
He would have had to jump or woken us up somehow to get down if he had to
To
like
catch
pee
him.
in the night or whatever.
Yeah.
So there was no way getting down. So we said, Jarek, how's it going over there? So we're like, Jarek, what's going on? You know, because we hadn't heard from him. We were all chatting. He couldn't hear us. Probably, Jarek, what's going on? I made a friend. It's like, what?
How did you get a friend?
It's like he's making up imaginary friends over there. What is he doing? And then he's like, and we're like, oh, really? He's like, yeah, it's Captain Howdy. It's like, what? And so we ignored him, I think, pretty much. We kind of just like, okay. And we kept talking about whatever we were doing and probably trying to air up my mattress or whatever.
Yeah.
And getting ready to go to bed and getting the cot out. And so then we hear something squeak across the floor. It's like, what is going on? It's like, what is that? Where's it? Where's that coming from? Is that Jarek? What's going on? It's like, Jarek, what is going on? What's who is that? What's going on? And then you just hear it in a very low voice, Captain Howdy. And more noise. It's like, there's nothing over there. How is he making a screeching noise over there?
Stop.
It was kind of creepy. I'm not
It
gonna
was
lie.
a little creepy.
I
When
was-
he
At
first
first,
started
everyone
doing
was
it-
terrified.
No.
Like, is that a bug? No.
Yeah,
Is that a bird?
Yeah, because
What?
he did it without saying any noises. So it was
Yeah,
just
he
that.
just started.
And we're like, is this like the weird wind? Is someone over there? Does someone come in the door? No one's coming in the door.
I know,
Get
and
the
those
door
cabins were
shut.
like out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
It
yeah.
just
We're
made
like,
it-
what is going on? And so someone goes, what is going on? So someone stands up. There's a shadowy figure. A shadowy figure is in so it's like dimly lit. I mean, like maybe the glow of
It was
Star
coming
Wars.
through the window.
Maybe the glow of Star Wars is kind of illuminating the room, and maybe some moonlight from the window on the other
it
side of
was
the
the
room.
window on the other
So
side.
you can just barely make out a human-esque shaped figure over there making these screeching noises. It's like, that is so creepy. So we would duck down. There was like a 2-foot wall to like stop you from rolling off the edge of the loft. So you duck down between the wall, and you'd look up, and it moved a little bit, and it's like, oh my goodness. It ain't Jarek. Jarek's gone. Captain Howdy has consumed Jarek.
Jarek is no more.
Yeah, and so it was so creepy. It looked just like a person. So it haunted us all night. I mean, like, we did not get any answers. The shadowy figure, I probably didn't sleep as good.
He probably just fell back asleep after that. Didn't even
Jarek
care.
probably didn't care.
Yeah.
But I probably did. I literally probably lost sleep that night because of that. It was so creepy because the noise is kind of like haha funny. That's probably Jarek. But then you see like a figure in the
Just
you're
standing
like,
there.
I'm like, oh my gosh, there's something over there. Because we thought it was empty. We thought the loft was empty, and now there's a person standing there, and we thought it was Jarek, but he wouldn't talk, and it was still. It would not move. It like made no breathing motion. It was nothing, and so it was creepy. But we all kind of kept talking, and then we slowly went to sleep.
Because it kind of
So we woke up the next morning, and we're like, and so I don't remember if Jarek was up or down. He probably slept past
No,
all
he had
of
to
us.
wait, yeah.
He probably slept past all of
Yeah,
us. So
that's
we
why
were
he
probably
got
up and
tossed
moving
up there,
around. And we're like, he wakes up. He goes, guys, I need down. And so
Yeah.
we helped him down. And we're
That
like,
here, let me hold on. That's what I remember most is being out there and we're getting ready, and then Jarek's like, I need to brush my teeth. So we have to go over and help him down.
we're all tired. I mean, we just woken
It's
up.
like, hey, I need to go to the bathroom.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let
okay,
him
hold on,
down.
Jarek. We're coming get you.
Yeah,
So then anyway, go back to
okay.
what you were.
Yeah, and so he gets down, and we're like, Jarek, what were those noises? Who's Captain Howdy? And he goes, oh, it's a coat rack I found over there. It's like,
Captain Howdy.
so he was like kicking and moving this coat rack.
Oh my goodness.
And it must have had something on it, or he threw something on it, so it kind of looked more
He
human-like.
totally had a jacket.
And so this ominous figure in the dark was just
sorry.
a coat hanger. And then he was skirting around the hardwood floor.
so funny.
And so
Because he knew nothing was actually up there,
And
but
he
we
gave
couldn't
no-
see it.
he gave no hints at all throughout the
Yeah.
night. It
Oh, yeah.
literally was a mystery until that morning when either we looked up and saw it, or I think what actually happened is he took it down. And so when we woke up, it wasn't there.
Yeah, he really full
fell.
sent on that bit.
Yeah, so he did that whole bit the whole night.
It was funny. So I think that was our last night there then.
I might have been
I think so.
because I think we then went back to the Ark or did some other thing, and then we left. Like, oh no, we left that. No, we must have done 3 nights because we left in the morning, I think.
Did we have just one day at the cabin?
Maybe then we slept a 3rd night, and then you guys took off and we went with our parents. So I think that's what it was.
I think that's how it
A
happened.
3rd night, but we got up, we packed up, we cleaned stuff up. I mean, it was not a fun morning when we were
Oh,
getting
yeah,
stuff
it was
ready
terrible.
and cooking and cleaning
Yeah.
and getting it ready, and then we left. And then we went with our parents. You guys made your way home. You guys stopped at a few other things on the way home.
Broke down a couple times.
Did you? That is right. We did dodge that. Us 3 dodged that. You
Had to
live
suffer
it.
through Madagascar, all of them
That's
that were out at the
movies?
time. Yeah.
That's crazy.
funny.
But some of them are funny.
They are funny. They're funny movies. They're
But
not
they're
top
definitely not top
5 funny.
five.
But
Oh,
yeah,
man.
that's a good
Hot takes.
story.
So okay,
That took up a lot of time. That was good.
that was good. Okay, well we will go quickly through.
So yeah,
Owen.
Ark, great experience. Go check it out if you haven't.
The Ark was pretty entertaining.
If you're a young kid,
If you like to
find a youth
read, it's
group.
great.
Then we also went to the Creation Museum.
We
too.
did. Well, they're
That-
kind of the same thing, aren't they? Maybe they're not.
It's on the same ground.
Maybe that's what we did the 2 separate
I
days then.
think. I thought it was on the
Yeah.
same ground. It might have.
I think it is the same
What are you
area.
talking about?
I think
The
they're in the
Creation
same
Museum.
lot.
Oh yeah, no, it's in
Yeah.
the Ark.
But I think we did
Yeah.
it the same day. I don't remember. I
It was
do
pretty
not
much the
remember.
same thing.
We probably got there, slept, went to the Ark. Oh crud! That doesn't. That
I think we
doesn't
did
fit my
Creation
3
Museum the
nights.
second full day
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
because we
And
did
the-
like that theater
and
and
toured
stuff.
all that.
That
stuff.
theater when I was nauseous was terrible. It was like those 4D theaters. It was like shaking and like stuff. I was like,
God.
oh no.
Yeah, but so if
good.
you like to read, that's great. I remember that me and my friend only read the comic books. We read 0 of any of the other plaques, and there's plaques all over that place. If
Yeah.
you ever go to Creation Museum,
We got
bring your
split into
freaking reading
groups.
glasses because there's a lot to read.
Yeah. Yes.
And I know a lot of people loved it about that. I loved all the reading. Didn't read a thing.
yeah.
Only
I
read
ain't reading
a
all that.
only read a wall-sized comic book that's like
Yes.
Yeah.
a couple walls.
There were some interactive type cool ones.
There
but
was
the animals
some
were just.
interactive.
I mean,
There was a few
Yeah,
live
super
animals, but otherwise
Oh,
you're
yeah,
just
they had like a little zoo.
yeah, they had
And
a really
who
small-
got the bloody nose? It was Trevor, wasn't it?
from what?
Trevor got like a bloody nose for like no reason. And it was his birthday. I remember giving him an ice cream. for that day.
Oh.
Yeah. But he had a bloody nose
I
at the
could,
zoo.
you know, I
That's
believe
funny.
that it would be.
we had like
Trevor.
a park ranger,
I think
whoever
he
works
does
there,
just get
come
bloody
fix him
noses.
up.
That's funny.
I remember the $10 cups.
Oh,
You
yeah.
got
refillable.
unlimited refills, and so
Throughout
we just.
the Ark. Yeah.
I don't remember whoever was with our group. Our dad bought everyone one,
Yes.
so we were walking
Everyone
around.
that
Whoever
wanted
else,
one.
all the poorer groups, we'll call them, who didn't have these
peasants.
drinks. We started that
just
though. I
had
think
Mountain
everyone
Dew
else then
everywhere.
bought one.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my
But we were walking around being like, you know what? I could use another Sprite.
Yes, it was clutch.
We don't speak poor.
We do not. We did not speak poor that day.
Oh, but anyways, that'll wrap it up for story time. We are going to move back into and finish the Owen Navy subject.
We're
going to
see a little bit more about what he's gonna do.
top 5.
Top 5. So Owen,
We've
last
already
episode.
talked about boot camp.
Last
Yeah, we
episode,
already
we
covered
kind
that.
of talked through what you're expecting from boot camp.
I don't
You
think
you
he's
got
going to
your
know.
job.
Do you know your daily jobs, weekly
Yeah. Do you know
jobs?
like what's you gonna? So like okay. So you go through the training. You do the boot camp. You do the training. You're
get your
gone
job.
for like a year.
You got your job.
What happens? You come back.
I think I have to go to my station first and get situated there. Then I could probably take leave,
Mm.
maybe after a little while.
Okay.
It
So
depends on the command.
they don't
for the
give you leave
station.
though.
I'll probably have
You
leave
don't
by
get
then.
like
It's
a
just,
week or
you can't
two
just
off?
use it whenever you want, pretty much.
Well,
Yeah,
you
I
don't.
don't
You don't
think
get
it's
like
like
a
a you
month
get
off
deployed
after all
thing.
that.
I mean, I'll have like probably 30 days of leave. I just probably won't be able to really use them.
Right. Well, I mean,
'cause
I
they'll
know
be
you'll
away.
get leave. That's like any other job. I just would have thought, okay, we're gonna freaking train the heck out of you for 10 months. You don't get like a month off.
You get Saturdays off, maybe.
Oh my gosh.
I think I think at SWIC training in California, you get like weekends off.
yeah, and that's what Trevor did. Trevor
More
had
kind of
long
like
weekends.
the same to basic. You could stay on base.
No, Trevor was the opposite. Trevor went through and did his basic and then came back and then had to go up every so often weekends and do more training. And
But he did a
weekly
whole
training.
tanker training.
that's
after
totally
basic,
different.
And then he was able to call us every weekend. pretty
Right,
much.
he got his.
I should be able to
certified
call you
thing.
guys pretty much whenever after boot camp.
That's
Nice.
what Trevor
Yeah.
was like. Okay, but you'll be gone longer than Trevor was.
Oh,
Probably,
yeah,
for
yeah.
the second training.
Yeah, for sure.
We
So
bring Owen back in a few episodes via phone.
we'll have to Zoom call Owen.
Phone me in.
Yeah.
Update what he
Phone me
does.
in when Logan gets here.
Yeah.
We
if
might-
it's within the next 2
We
months.
might be able to do one with
Be able
both
to.
of you.
Ooh.
We'll have to see.
That'd be
We will
interesting.
have to see. But that's neither here nor there. But so you go straight from California into your job?
So there's
Pretty
3
much.
stations for SWIC, 3 boat teams. There's one in California, Coronado.
Okay, so you
and
stay
so
there.
I basically just moved like on the island right there.
right. So you'd be
Or
really close there.
there's Mississippi, or there's Virginia Beach.
Booyah.
I'm
And-
trying for Virginia Beach because that's
Right.
where my brothers are.
That's where your family
is where I'll
is.
try to go if I make it through. Yeah.
Nice.
And then you guys could all 3 share an apartment.
Well, Cody will probably be married by then.
Oh, screw Cody
That's
then.
fair.
So you'll take
So
his
me and Lane will
place
get
in
a
the
bachelor
lease.
pad. You know.
Yeah, for sure. So then your plan is get training, move to Florida, or not Florida, sorry, Virginia, hopefully.
Hopefully, Virginia. It's like a wish list kind of thing.
Right, you just kind of get.
But
what
if
they
I
give
tell
you.
my brothers out there, they'll probably be like, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean you'd hope. You would sure hope. And so, what do you know what you're going to be doing every
It's
day,
like
every
a
week?
job.
I mean, but like you know what
just-
you're going to do when you get a job.
You'll just be able to retire earlier, right? Type of thing.
Kind of, yeah. Most people I've seen done SWIC have capped out at probably like 9 or 10 years, unless they stayed in to go past that job and just move more of like an administrative
which
position.
that's crazy to retire
because
after
it's a
10
lot
years.
of high stress,
Yeah.
'Cause I
physical kind
feel
of
like
stuff.
Well, it's like think about the NFL players. I mean, it's
Oh my
all
God. You cannot compare.
you can the
SWIC
physical
to-
side.
I guess you
They're
can. the
training every
physical
day. They have
side.
big games. They're training. They're big games training, and then they get a whole off season. And they only go their primes. Only 5
That's-
years.
you know
for
what?
like the receiver
I was
running
gonna make
back.
fun of it, but that's kind of actually not a bad.
And then they
comparison in the
retire
idea
after
of-
10 years. Quarterbacks, if they're good, they'll go in for 20, and then they'll do broadcasting type of thing.
I was
Owen's
actually
gonna be
told some of the trainers and physios you get in special forces for SWIC are like NFL dudes and like higher sports dudes
Yeah.
who work with all the players.
That's crazy. So
Yeah.
all their
And they
trainers-
retire early.
Yeah, the facilities are supposed to be nice. A lot of good food, good training, health. So I was like, okay, that sounds good.
So cool. So you'll. So do you know what you're gonna do?
When I get stationed, there'll probably be a revving up phase where you're working with your boat team, getting situated, and then deployments.
A bunch of training with your team.
Yeah, working on more like real stuff and implementing the stuff you've learned in
Okay.
training, and then
So you quit training to go do more training with your team.
kind of, but and then deployments can be anywhere from you could be stationed somewhere overseas for months, or it could be like a week deployment where you go to do a certain quick mission or come back.
Mhm.
It varies a lot, but I've seen a lot. They're mostly gone like 300 days out of the year.
Shit.
That's
If
pretty good.
you do the longer deployments,
Right.
That's pretty good.
And so during a deployment, what are you doing?
security, patrolling, classified stuff,
Shooting miniguns out of
Shooting
boats. and
miniguns.
That's
fishing
right. You land.
What else
You
do
get
you
in your
need?
boat and you just go
It's like
Yeah,
real life
pretty
Call of
much.
flying
Duty.
through the bog.
Right.
work with other countries to like train their guys up and
Oh,
like
really?
yeah, that kind of
That'd be
thing.
kind of cool. You're
Work with
training
other
some
countries
guy.
in their missions. Work with SEALs because they work everywhere.
You're gonna have to
We're,
learn
That's
it.
so
we're their
interesting.
taxi drivers.
I
who are
can't
very
wait
armed.
to hear. I can't wait to hear the actual stories of what you do
Oh yeah,
because I feel like
it'll have to be when I'm
once they
out
become
and don't get like
unclassified.
court-martialed for it. You know,
that's right because you
You have to be secretive.
legally you are.
I
now
won't be able
under-
to say anything.
Legally, you're going to be under the court martials now, not the judicial normal
Basically.
system. You're under a
Not
whole new-
yet. They don't
Wow.
have me yet. but
because
yeah.
there's a whole nother court for the military,
Mhm.
and it's totally different than the legal system of the business world and of
Yeah,
the
it's
civil
way
world.
tougher.
That's cool.
Do you have to learn any of that,
Uh,
or do you know any of it?
unless I became like a lawyer in the military.
Well,
no,
because like
probably
I took a
not.
business law class, so I love that, and I
I
got
mean,
all the law stuff. But are you aware of anything that's different? Like, do you know? Oh, I actually can't do this, or this is a different aspect of that.
a lot of what I don't know, like the exact like rules and laws. I mean, I've read some of the stuff like rules and all
Mhm.
that, but my recruiter basically said, "Don't hurt anyone, don't kill anyone, don't be stupid, that kind of thing, and you'll be fine."
Yeah,
There
fair
you go.
enough, fair enough.
yeah.
Very
Okay.
nice. Very
So
nice.
in 10 to 15 years, we'll have another episode of this podcast.
Oh yeah.
And we'll revisit everything Owen ever did. We'll expose everything the
Oh,
Navy
gosh.
ever put Owen through.
I
in
don't know
trouble.
about that.
He'll get court-martialed even though he's out of
If they
it.
see that, they'll come knocking on my
He'll
door,
lose
and
his
then probably
retirement.
lose. Yeah.
But content man will have it.
yeah, not really.
They'll probably take it down.
You're right. Google's getting emails. Take this down.
Yeah.
They're exposing too much.
So then now, you said you'll be done with the SWIC after 19
bet.
years.
You think you can
whatever.
retire after 10 years?
So, well, most people have seen they top out at probably like 9 or 10 years.
Mhm.
My current base contract is 6 years.
Mm.
So
So
I'm
even quicker.
if I don't get injured or anything like that, and I don't have to get out early, I may do a full 20 and go be an instructor for SWIC school. 'Cause
Right.
that's
So
like-
you
then,
do the
so then the
SWIC
second half you're just an instructor.
just a little bit, and
You
then-
could be, yes.
Okay, see that doesn't sound bad
Nice.
because you just gotta yell at peasants. You're just
Oh
like,
yeah.
you're just like, keep the goggles on, keep the goggles on,
Basically.
hands off the
Yeah.
goggles. I saw a video of that recently. I thought that's Owen. Owen's gonna be there
Yeah,
with his
that's
with his
funny.
feet in the air, with the goggle on, and then they're
Yeah.
don't touch the goggles, don't touch the goggles.
Yeah, they
Very
fill up
nice.
your goggles with water, and they're like, "Don't you dare take them off." So you
Yeah.
just sit there and do like leg raises
Mhm.
then
on the
they're-
side of a pool while you
they're
got like
Bullying
water
him.
in your face.
They're
yeah.
just like,
They
why are you a
have
whip?
hose?
yeah.
yeah,
Why do you suck? It's like, dude, these guys are brutal.
yeah, it'll be fun.
You're a failure, Sergeant. You're a failure.
So then you do SWIC and then instructor, and then that's your Navy time.
But yeah, baby. Is that your
Which is,
current?
you know,
all right. Yeah.
a good portion of a lifetime. Don't get me wrong.
If I
20
make it all the way
years
the next 20 to 25 years, so you know.
And you know, to retire with just 20 to 25 years, you think can you live off of that retirement? Is that what your dad did, kind of?
My
Don't you
dad
just-
did
don't
10
you
and
keep
he's-
getting paid?
My dad did 10,
And he's killing it.
and he was. With
Well,
the,
then he went commercial.
He was with the FAA for
Yeah.
30 years.
You know, I just had. I just
Retired
know-
at 50.
I
We're
know
doing
some
right.
people who retired after putting in 40-something years at a place. I'm like, that's crazy. To work at the same place for 40
He wasn't at the same
years.
place, but he was in.
Well, yeah,
up
with
in
the
the city.
FFA, I could see that he could fly. He could go to any
Yeah.
air
that's
traffic
average.
controller.
If you
anything.
start a job at 20, 40 years later, you're at 60. So
That's crazy.
Yeah, but
I
staying
want to
at the
retire at
same
like
place-
50 or 60,
That's
but
true.
yeah,
I would lose my mind. That's why I didn't want to.
I should be able to retire.
Right,
later.
that's fair. So, do you have any plans? Are you pretty? You are most likely going to be an instructor, or do you have any other options? You're gonna
I think if it
pursue?
was an option, I'd probably do it for a little while, see what it's like.
maybe find then another calmer job.
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely, I'll be like,
after-
okay, let's just
after
like,
your voice is hoarse from yelling at
Yeah.
privates all day. You'll
yeah. After
Rumor
that, I'll
has it
probably.
McDonald's rates are going up.
Well then,
I was a former
Great.
I was a former gunner on a boat, and now I flip burgers.
yeah.
I
Hopefully
think
they'll
we've
still be up in 20
covered-
years.
Yeah, I think we've covered most of the Navy topic.
Yeah,
Anything else?
that is very exciting, and we got to move on to
Oh,
Levi, unless
Yeah.
you
Are we
have
good
something
here?
No,
else.
fine.
We good with Navy?
good.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Owen,
Yeah.
Owen's going to the Navy. Also, thank you to everyone who serves in the armed forces,
Yes.
including Navy, because I couldn't do it.
Yeah, no.
You see them
don't
yelling
want
at them people with the goggles. I'd be taking the goggles off.
They didn't do that
And
in
then
basic.
I'd be like running.
They only do a tear gas
I would.
chamber
I would
in
be.
basic.
I'd go AWOL.
Tear gas chamber. would be
Very
fun.
nice. Okay, so
Trevor had the.
before top
It
5
is-
of what you don't know, we will
Levi.
they
Levi
cover-
has updated the document.
live update.
Live change to the script.
New
Levi,
news.
Levi has also not put what it is.
What do you
He
got?
just says
Oh, yeah.
Levi's got this, and so
What
we're gonna give,
do
we're
you
gonna give Levi.
got?
Ben's championship team, Thunder.
Okay.
Best
Okay.
player, MVP frontrunner.
Okay.
Didn't win it, got
Oh,
second.
Shay.
Dang.
Shay.
That sucks.
Is the first person in NBA history to be eligible for $1 million a game.
No,
1 year,
Luka is.
$81 million.
Luca is.
Nah,
Yeah, the
can't get
5-year
81.
extension, the 5-year.
that's not 80
Yeah,
million.
it's like
a
280
game.
something.
Yeah, that's not a game though.
That's-
Shay's is a shorter contract. His is more money total. But
Just
he
Yeah,
has
the
more
highest
years.
contract in history.
Shay's extension would be 1 year for $81 million.
Lucas is longer than that, but
Yeah.
Yes, his is the
So you're
highest
saying
total
that
and
this
years
guy
Because they upped the
can play
amount
one
that they can
basketball
get.
game.
and get a
and
million.
get $1
$1
million.
million.
Yeah,
Yes.
so here's the backstory. They have a supermax contract extension deal that you can sign if you're staying with your organization. Dummy amounts of money. Jaylen Brown has just recently signed one that I know of, and a couple other people. Crazy amounts of money for these next couple of years. So he's saying that now they have upped the supermax contract deal, and Luka is the first one to get the highest in history as far as contract extension because of the year he was drafted.
I think the
And
difference is because he got higher on the MVP. So I'm pretty sure because the more All Stars and stuff, I believe makes it so you can be eligible for more. I think since he was
Probably.
the second for MVP and first team and all whatever
Yeah.
else he has,
yeah.
I think it makes him eligible for. He's not going to get as many years, I don't think, but
Right.
the 81 million
Lots
for
of
1
money.
year.
But that's crazy to go 1 year and you're like, all right, one game, $1 million.
I didn't look at the details.
Does
I
that
just- that's
include like
crazy.
the
That's
like,
just regular season, right?
Yeah, okay, that's just regular season.
Yeah.
So if he goes post,
So,
then
so
it'll
yeah,
be
if you
less
make it to
technically.
postseason, then you're
You're
making
just-
more money
yeah.
because obviously you're gonna make
Oh.
another contract at that point, probably.
Yeah.
True.
Because that's when that'll be when the first one.
So that'd be incentive for them to play better or him play
Exactly.
better.
That's crazy.
That's
That's-
theoretically
Keep 'em
how it
around.
all
That's
goes.
a
Yeah.
lot of
There's
money.
incentives
But
for
how
it.
much money is like an NFL? I mean, but the NFL's harder. I almost would imagine get the hits and everything.
NFL pays more.
But you do
Oh, yeah.
NBA. You're playing 3 or 4 games a week.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
you're paying an
That's true.
82 game
So-
season.
It's more physical
so many
contact,
games.
but
You're doing more high end
One's
stuff. But
strenuous and physically, one is strenuous and then more strenuous.
So
You're not beating physically, hitting hard,
but
you know,
you're going
It's
at
just
it
more of an
a lot.
endurance thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Through the
Endurance
season.
versus physicality.
and it's harder on like your
you-
joints and ligaments.
Yeah, that's
My
why NFL's only
knees.
a 12-game season, pretty much.
Yeah, because you add in the contact, which can just blow your knee out right there. Versus the NBA is usually you get hurt because of the wear and tear. That
I know
you
because you're stop, go,
continually have
stop, go,
on.
stop, go. You're
Oh, yeah.
ripping.
Well, yeah,
through your
and it's
knee.
longer. And
Yes.
you play more
and you're-
games.
yeah,
a
and you don't
week.
have a lot of time to recover. I mean,
Yeah.
3 games a week is crazy.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
anything else on that?
No, I was just reading it.
It's crazy. It's new Supermax, and the NFL raised their salary cap too, so more people, I'm sure, will be
Gosh.
able to get paid
Did
more.
did you see college schools can now pay their
Yeah,
kids that
all
play
of the
sports?
Power Five.
Is that new?
That
Instead
is
of the
so
the
stupid.
NIL or whatever name,
NCAA.
image, like NIL,
Yeah, NIL.
where you can just get it off social media and
Oh,
stuff. Now
which
the
that's new
college,
too.
The
Yeah,
college,
that was last year.
no,
Now
like
the
the
college
college
can
is
actually pay
paying
you.
the kids.
like
Separate
like a
from
job.
college.
Can
Like
they
a
get
job.
both
Separate
now?
from a
I think
scholarship.
so.
Oh
yeah,
my
like
gosh.
KU can just like
Separate from a
You're gonna have
scholarship.
You're gonna
Yeah,
have
I
like
think so.
millionaire
$20,000 a year or
college
whatever.
players.
Oh my
soon.
God.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure.
Owen, are you sure you don't want to
scholarships.
consider going into
I might go back to soccer.
college
man. We'll see.
soccer?
No, yeah, I'm pretty sure they can give you scholarship money, which is education free. Will get you in the
Which
sports
that's
free,
been for decades,
which
probably.
is incredible. And then they added this NIL. They can make money off
Which
that.
that
And
was
now,
last year.
Now the college NCAA literally can pay them like a job.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy how it's 180 in the last couple of years, like where they were like,
Oh yeah, no, like last
you
two.
if you make money off a Nike deal, you're out of the school. I
Yeah.
mean, like they were so strict on that, and
Yeah.
now it's like, you know what? We'll pay you.
Yeah, and destroying made his. That was the whole reason he went to social media because he had a bigger following on that.
Yeah.
Couldn't make his pay, so the school kicked him out. Yeah.
Oh, so someone went to social media?
Yeah, destroying the punter.
Yeah.
Maybe
well,
you
it,
don't.
No, I do not.
didn't
It's
he
like
just get his spine
destroying is how
broken?
it said,
Something
but
in his
like
spine broke,
destroying.
so he can't.
Yeah, he took
talking
a
about
hit.
recently?
He tackled
Yeah.
wrong, didn't he?
Yeah,
it was
And
really
he
bad.
He's
hurt-
out for
hurt
a while
himself.
now,
Yeah.
yeah.
So he went to
But,
social media to make
so
money,
anyway,
but then they kicked
he
him
was
off
going
the
to
team.
college at UCF. His actual name's like De La Haye or something like that, and he was a kicker / maybe punter, but mainly a kicker. And he was doing fine, got his full ride scholarship, doing all that stuff. But then he started posting stuff on social media, and he was making money from that, which is his name, image, and likeness. So
Yeah.
then the NCAA was like, can't be doing this, and so they made him choose quit YouTube, quit college. He chose I'm gonna quit college and just do YouTube because he was making so much money from kicking balls and punting balls and throwing
That's
on
funny.
YouTube. Then obviously not making any money in college.
Right,
so.
right. That's
And
crazy.
then a couple years later, whatever NIL you can make, and now
yeah,
he's-
now he
Yeah,
did
of
that
course,
for nothing
now.
now because
Right.
people could do that now all the time.
right. Which what that was his big thing was he was fighting for it and all that stuff, and he's in the USFL now or UFL
Well, he was before he broke
Yeah, suffered.
multiple things in his neck.
in his neck. Yeah, so he's
That's
almost,
cool.
Almost
I mean,
paralyzed
the
himself. or
payment
whatever.
thing seems like a bit much.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you should be able. Yeah, I don't think you should be able to pay him.
I don't
But
think it's
the
gonna
image
be,
and likeness thing, I've always thought
Yeah.
that would make sense.
I don't think it's gonna be a lot of money. I think it's just gonna be like $5,000 for a 5-star type of thing.
One of the
but-
pushes against that is kids are going to stay in college longer because the
Oh,
kids
go
that
for
aren't
like
good
their
enough,
5 years and
the
6
kids that aren't
years.
good enough to go professional and make a lot of money. Why not stay in college and be the top of the
And get
college
guaranteed
and then just
more
That's
money that way.
yeah.
True.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous.
Is there a limit to that, or can you just really kind of do whatever?
Well,
you
there's
want?
you can't be in college forever, but
Right, but so you could like extend your college time to 6 years or whatever, and you can.
I think
do
the
it.
most with
5
actual
or
playing
6,
time, I
yeah.
think it's 5.
Yeah.
Unless you like
So there's a
redshirt
limit
and
to
medically
actually-
redshirt
Yeah.
and like all the other stuff.
and
the COVID,
now
it
that
was
COVID's
stupid,
over,
yeah.
you can't play 7 years.
So
or whatever.
the only
Yeah.
thing you can do is scheme 5, maybe 6 years out of it.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so there can't stay too long. But yeah, there's gonna be more of an incentive to do that if I can get another 10K or whatever a year, plus be longer in the public to be longer to sell my own shoe or whatever.
Especially if you're on scholarship too.
yeah,
Yeah,
you're making
'cause
that
then you're
money,
just-
why not
you're
stay
just
longer?
net gains
Yeah,
at
Yeah,
that
you're
point.
just gaining.
Because I bet everyone on that squad has a full ride. So you're like,
most-
okay, now I can just buy.
Yeah.
Now I can just buy a steak every weekend, and so boom, net
Yeah,
gain.
they're gonna have some houses and all that stuff. It's good news. Good news, Ad.
That's good. That's good
Now
to
we move to top 5,
The
and this
highly
is not.
anticipated.
Yes, this is not going to be just a one and done top 5.
I'm
Like
hoping
our
to do
prime
more.
review, we're gonna get more food. We're gonna try more things. We're gonna rate.
We
more
should have done
things.
that. We were gonna do that with Owen, a review of food, but,
were, but-
sorry, Owen. Did
Anyway,
you- yeah,
now-
he hasn't watched it. That's another thing I forgot to mention. Owen has not seen this podcast at all because we
Yes.
haven't published anything yet.
I
So
don't know
Owen,
what's happening.
Owen
actually.
came in blind, completely blind.
we're gonna
and
start
he's
publishing
killing
pretty soon, though.
Yeah, I
aren't
think
it.
so.
I think we can now with 5 done. I think we
I'm
might
gonna
start.
sue you guys for putting me on this video.
We took his likeness.
We need to. We
The
need to.
Navy's coming for us.
Logan's gonna have to sign something.
Yeah, you guys
Right,
have
yeah.
signed people.
So now, top 5. Today's top 5. Drumroll, please. Movies.
Who did someone
That's
tap
hard.
their mic?
Yeah.
I was tapping this.
I was going like this.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I was just saying because it was going crazy. I'm like, who is touching something?
Okay, so a couple days ago, I had came up with this idea, and I've came up with a couple others. But anyway,
But we
of
have had
top
the idea
5.
of top. I had the idea of top things earlier, just to say.
Well, it wasn't put into play until I said it. But
Well,
anyway,
it was on the document, and I can tell
top
you when.
5 movies. We texted it out. Owen apparently has only had a couple hours. We've
I
had a
learned
couple
about
days.
it earlier this morning.
I know.
Good job, Ben.
I texted
literally
Owen.
told you to text him.
Ethan did. Ethan a day or two ago said
When I
this
came
is-
up with the idea.
This is what we're gonna do. Make sure to tell Owen. I'm like, you are so freaking right. I'll tell Owen. And then I totally forgot until
Yep.
today.
I didn't make this.
But
list.
Owen has a document.
Yes,
Owen
I do.
has put time into it.
Well, sometimes.
I have put some time into
I
it.
put some time and thought.
I
Mainly
did
thought.
not.
Mainly thought.
Levi did not.
You mentioned it this morning.
I just mainly
Oh
put
my
thought.
goodness. Ben.
I didn't think anything of it until when I came in and asked you, which was like maybe 20 minutes
Yeah.
before this podcast.
I've just put
Yeah,
some
before
thought
we
into
started
it.
filming,
No
Levi
actual
came in and was like,
planning.
we were doing like top what? I was like, movies. He's like, okay, got it.
So,
so.
anyways.
I got a good list though.
And I have honorable
I think
mentions.
I have a
Anyone
good
else?
list.
I do
Yes,
have honorable
I
mentions.
don't have
obviously.
any listed really.
But you can think it off. I don't know.
Maybe.
He'll just
I don't know
like
honorables.
look at ours and be like, "Oh."
All right, so I think
Yeah,
we start.
probably.
I think we start on the low from the 5 and build our way up.
makes
And
sense.
I'm excited to see if we have any.
So do we want to go? Everyone give their 1 through 5, or
No, just go 5, 5, 5,
5,
4, 4, 4.
Okay.
And we'll see if, and then if you have the movie that someone mentions higher up on your list, because that's how it's gonna have to work. You mention it. Just say it. Hey, I have that one higher too.
No, you wait.
You wait.
Okay,
like-
yeah,
I
okay,
like that
okay,
better,
fine,
right, yeah.
fine. I'm convinced.
So here we go.
Wait.
Let's
He's good,
start special guest, and then
Special
we'll
guest?
go Ben, and then we'll just go pew 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 pew.
Okay, I like how you always like to be last, but that's fine with me, I guess.
I came up with it.
You know what?
That's
I'm not
gonna
gonna argue with it. Ethan is kind of our
But
figurehead
still
here
don't
on
Okay.
the podcast.
Special guest. Top
Okay.
5, number 5.
So
Fifth,
my
number
number
five.
5, it just came out, was Dune Part 2. I don't know if you've seen it.
Have you
Have
watched
not,
the
but I
Dunes?
want
It was on Max. The visuals and everything.
Have you watched Dune 1
Oh yeah.
and
of
2?
course.
Are they good?
Oh yeah.
I hear people say that all the time. I have not.
It's
I have
so
no.
good. You don't even know
want
anything
to
about the
see
books.
them.
I don't know anything about the books.
I've
They're
had
weird.
no desire to watch
The
any
movies
of them.
are sick though.
I do want to see them. Darn it.
The visuals
okay.
are crazy.
Hey,
the
made a
music
top
We need a
5.
boys' night.
is awesome.
We could do
Where do
that.
you
Watch
have
Okay.
both those. Watch both those.
Okay, well,
They're
okay.
both like almost 3 hours.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Binge watch all day.
Yeah.
Oh
Good.
my goodness.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll have to wait till
supposed to
next
be
week to
good.
do that when
Oh,
we have
yeah.
some free time.
Yeah,
so
it's a
now-
great movie though. I
I
watched
mean, I
it
guess
the
I don't
other
care
day.
if we go Ben.
Okay,
or
okay.
whatever, but
You guys are gonna make fun of me.
Probably.
My
I wouldn't say
my
that.
number,
Moana.
my number 5. Levi said that earlier. Levi said Ben's gonna probably put Moana because I said, "Oh, I Disney Plus. I don't know what I'm gonna pick out of Disney Plus." And
Do not
right
say
as
Did you just-
Moana.
right as,
Encanto. Encanto.
right as
not
he
say
said
Moana.
I was typing out Encanto.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
So I
my
had just
It's
typed-
not even that good.
No, it's
It's one of those
brilliant.
filler Disney movies that they had to put out.
Oh no! It is not a filler. That's offensive. That is a high quality. Lin-Manuel Miranda, the songwriter and I think director, brilliant.
No idea who those people are.
Brilliant. He was.
For
He
that,
was.
except from 5-year-olds.
Sounds kind of familiar.
He was. Hamilton. He played Hamilton.
I have not watched Hamilton.
I haven't either. I
actually.
didn't want to watch it. But he's the music. It's got to be the best visual Disney Plus I've seen in a while.
Guys.
It's the story is amazing.
I have a side note.
And the story is carried by the music. I have never watched a musical yet that is the plot is pushed forward by the song. The song is always just about whatever was just said. So, like High School Musical, it's like, we're getting out of school, and then there's a whole song about getting out of school. It's like, we have not progressed the plot at all. In Kanto, you're like 6 plot points through the movie with the song.
Okay.
You're further along.
Moving on. Is anybody else's mouth hurt from smiling so much? That's how you know you've had a good episode.
That's a good episode. I haven't smiled
I'm
a
used to
lot.
it. I got dimples.
Yeah, he's
We're gonna have some
retrofitted.
sharp dimples. I'm
I
just
have
kidding.
not been smiling.
Okay, so in context,
Just been in the corner, just.
I'm straight
Right here.
business.
Levi, what's
I
your
have
fifth?
cars at 5th.
Oh, the first one.
Ethan's gonna
Number
have that.
5. Are you kidding me?
Ethan's gonna have that really
That's pretty
high.
good.
Are you kidding
Ethan's
me?
Is
gonna
that
have
like
that
your
really
number?
high.
Number 5?
Is that like 2 or 3 for you?
Yeah, it's probably. Hold on. Okay.
Don't
Is it
look.
the first
Don't
one?
cheat.
I'm not. Yeah,
can't-
no one
Don't
look at
cheat.
anyone else.
Don't say
please.
anything.
All right, Ethan,
Okay,
number.
Why do you have Cars at 5?
There's better movies.
Because
'cause
I've
it's a
watched it
classic.
so much. Honestly,
That's
It'd
really.
be, it'd
So
be
okay,
higher if I
how
didn't
did you guys
watch it,
choose
like,
your movies? 'Cause
I
every
judged
3
mine
weeks.
off of like
Memory.
visuals, music, and how many times I could rewatch it by
Yes,
getting the
yes.
same like feeling of
Exactly.
like this
Yes.
is such a great movie.
In my head, I was
So-
like, which ones have I watched a lot and remembered a lot first? I typed them out.
So what I did is I go, what movies would I willingly watch again?
Oh, yeah.
Like, what would
Yeah.
I sit down right now and go, because a decent
he's
movie
gonna have
is one you
Shrek.
watch
He's
and go,
gonna have Shrek.
yep, that was good. What?
He's gonna have Shrek.
I thought about putting Shrek. It's an
You
honor-
didn't?
No, I didn't.
Oh my god!
It's a good movie.
I
It's an
actually-
You
honorable
put that
mention.
above
about
Encanto or below Encanto?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I would watch
Whoa!
again before I watch Shrek.
Dude, we just watched it the other day.
We
'cause
did
you
just
had
watch
to.
it. I love Shrek.
Oh
It's
my
so
gosh.
funny, but it's not as good
was,
as
this
crazy.
was
the
this the first one?
Yeah,
What?
just Shrek.
The Shrek
Shrek,
one.
yeah.
I haven't. The others are whatever.
Okay.
And but we recently watched the original Shrek, and it wasn't as funny as I remember it. And so I was like, I probably wouldn't watch.
There's
it again.
actually so many references
It's
in that
so
movie.
funny.
It
That I'm
is.
like
Adult
now I
jokes.
realize I'm like whoa.
Yeah, I know that was like edgy. I was watching that with mom. I was like, we gotta turn this off.
Mom's
Yeah.
gotta leave the room real quick.
That's funny. Okay, so number 5 for me, I had 1 through 4 typed out, and then a couple ideas came into my head.
Oh, that's right.
Uh,
This
You guys don't know it. I didn't change my 5th.
Oh, okay.
Uh oh.
You just
My
moved one
number
down.
5 movie, as a child, went to tons of Marvel movies.
Okay.
None of them, were just like stood out. They're heartfelt, they're funny, they're action packed.
Crap, I just thought of a
good
different
movies.
one.
Except for Avengers. I almost went 1 because it's a classic, but Avengers Endgame had everything in it for
Oh,
me at
yeah.
number 5.
Yeah,
It was
Avengers
action packed
Endgame was awesome.
fighting. It was heartfelt. Iron Man died. And it was
Spoilers.
scary. Everybody coming
What, like
back.
5
from
years
dust.
later?
Yeah, whatever.
So
From dust.
or
And
more.
I vividly remember baseball night. Avengers Endgame is releasing. Everyone's hyped about it. Talking
yeah.
about it at the
It
base.
was
We weren't worried about the
huge.
baseball game. It was what time can we leave to go see Avengers Endgame?
can we get this baseball game over
Yes,
now?
and
Just
that's
smoke
what it
the
was.
guys and go
Event-
play.
It was
Go
game
watch.
over. Everybody's going to watch Avengers Endgame. I don't think I personally did, but that's just what I remember. And
I
was like,
remember
gotta
that.
have
I
that on my
remember it.
list.
The hype was huge, and we
Yes.
we waited and went to the big city to
Yes.
watch it, and I almost put it on my list.
Had to have that.
I'm
top
a
5.
big Marvel fan, probably bigger than all of us. I didn't put
Oh,
it
yeah.
on. I didn't.
That's
'cause
disrespectful.
I honestly, I was like, I probably wouldn't watch it again.
It's my honorable
We
mention.
watched Endgame when it
Whatever.
came out in the theaters.
Yeah, we watched
And
it
the
week-
part where
so
Captain America
good.
got the hammer, it was like
Yeah.
collective. Oh,
Yes, that happened with us too. I
It was
think.
awesome.
And I could watch that movie anytime. It's just normally, people don't want to, but I could literally click that movie and watch it anytime.
And that's what I was
just love
thinking.
it.
I was like,
So it
would
had to
I-
make my top 5.
Would I watch that again? And I was like, I'd probably watch some of these other. Like I've watched these others on my list.
Yeah.
More than I've watched that.
There's
one.
honorable mention, Thor, Iron Man
Yes.
3 is another good
Ragnarok.
one.
Iron Man 3 is
Spider-Man,
good. There's a lot of them.
Far
Iron
From
Man 3 is
Home,
pretty good.
Spider-Man, any
You
of
know
those
what?
Spider-Man, the
I ain't
old
gonna-
Spider-Mans.
Screw it. I'm gonna
good
change.
ones.
I'm changing one of them right
but
now.
Endgame just boom had to make top 5.
I've already
for me.
I've changed 2 of them already since we
from
got
sitting, from sitting
right.
here.
I've added
Okay.
4.
Back.
Oh,
to-
Okay,
Number
number
four.
Number 4.
I have the Batman, the newer one.
That
Whoa.
was
Pattinson.
really good.
That was good.
I kid you not, when they came out on HBO Max,
Yes.
I watched it like probably 15 times within the
good.
span of like 6 days. I just watched
That's
it
good.
over and over. It was
That's
just
crazy,
so good.
But it was so
And
good.
only
and,
number 4?
and you know what's crazy?
I have some better
you know
ones
what's
on
crazy?
there.
Oh,
You know what's crazy? I don't think people give it a lot of respect.
It's so good.
I like
But
I can't
dude,
wait for the
it's
second one.
So good.
It was good. I watched that one upstairs with
We all
me and
watched it
Tucker
together.
because you guys watched it.
Oh.
I wasn't there.
We,
was
And so I watched it later.
He had
with
to watch
Tucker.
it the next day because we rented it for
Yes.
2 days.
Yes.
right. We rented it and it had a 2-day thing, and he
Yes.
had to watch it within the 48 hours or whatever.
Beforehand.
Yeah,
But no, that was a baller movie. That is a good call, Owen.
Okay, number 4,
Me-
Ben.
Okay, you guys are gonna think I'm dumb again.
He says it every time. Don't
Gosh,
say
then
that.
Why are these on your list?
I really liked the movie. Now here's the problem.
Just
I
say
didn't
it.
have a lot of time to think about
Just say
these,
it.
and so
Did
I
you
probably
just scroll Disney
Two
Plus?
days.
I
for this?
might have put the Batman on there. But I wanted a good spread. Like if I had to watch
Yeah.
5 movies for the rest of my life, I have a good spread here.
Okay.
I put Leo
Oh my
with
God.
the Adam.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait, what movie is that?
It's with
Okay.
Adam Sandler.
No!
Oh my
Yeah, with
I saw that on
Adam
Netflix
Sandler.
and I was like, that's not making top 5. That's a good movie though, but oh my god, it's
It's-
hilarious. At number 4, guys, he put that at number 4.
Over Shrek.
I just
I
recently,
never would've thought-
I just recently watched it. It was so good.
It is good.
It's
I'm
a
not
good movie, not
I'm
top
not
5
gonna lie.
good. Maybe top
I
10,
did
but
not see
top
that coming.
5.
To
I
be
know.
honest.
I told you. No, have you seen it?
That's
I have not
funny.
seen it.
Watch
You
it.
should watch
I've seen a
it.
couple
It's
clips,
It's not
but I
very
haven't
funny.
seen it
No,
yet.
it's good.
It
Do
is
you
pretty
watch your
funny.
movies like Ethan watches his podcast? Do you just like go through like
Yeah,
movies?
Ethan doesn't know this, but Ethan always goes, "Yeah, so I watched this podcast," and then he's like, "Actually, it's just the clips."
I clip through on Snapchat all the time.
Oh, yeah,
This
yeah.
movie. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
I like.
wow.
I'll watch a whole movie
That's
or
a
like a
funny
TV
pick.
show from just like Instagram reels.
That's awesome.
You got the whole idea of the
That's
show
funny.
right there.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, guys, but Leo was pretty good.
Top 4. That is pretty good.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Levi number 4.
I'll let you guys know that I think my picks get okay for the next 2, and then
Get
I think you guys
okay.
will laugh at the first one. But go ahead.
Wow.
I have The Accountant at number 4
Wow,
You've watched The Accountant?
3 times.
That's
that
fair.
was
I don't know
okay.
that I've
I
watched
wondered if you would come up with shooter movies.
Oh, the rest
Oh,
of mine
dude,
are all
yes.
shooter movies.
Okay.
Okay, wait, no, except for one.
That's
Except for
crazy.
one.
That's crazy.
See, I didn't put any
The
shooter.
Accountant's
movies
pretty good.
down.
I haven't watched it in forever. It's good though.
I don't
Yeah,
think
I remember it
remember
being
it,
okay.
but I've definitely watched it.
I've definitely watched it. And I remember it being kind of cool concept. I do not remember the plot, and that's why it's nowhere on my list.
Yeah.
I have a lot of honorable mentions though.
Yeah,
I have
think
a
good
few.
honorable
He
mention
does.
that
Talk
goes
about
along
He
with
does.
that is.
he does. He's looking
Yeah,
at him.
there's probably 8 or
Dude,
9.
he's got a
of them.
list here.
Oh, The Gray Man's a good one.
Hey,
yeah.
I have another honorable mention. I just thought of one.
Okay, so I'll go with on my number
I
4
thought
here.
about putting that. On
I was
mine.
thinking comedy movies. Which ones made me laugh
Me too. I was thinking that.
nonstop? And so I covered the Endgame, just solid movie. And then I went,
I have
I'll put a
one.
comedy here.
But
So my number
don't
4
say you got the
top
same
5 movie, I was thinking, Central Intelligence is a good comedy, but it's
Oh.
kind of
Good
weird.
one.
And then Step Brothers a good,
Oh,
a
my
good,
goodness.
a good comedy one there. But it's on his honorable mentions list. But then I was like, oh my gosh, I had this realization as we were down here. I maybe should have moved it higher. I should have switched it probably, but it's at my 4 right now. Jumanji.
I thought about putting that
With
on.
The
that was
Rock,
so
Kevin Hart,
good.
That
Jack
was
Black.
so
That is
funny.
actually
I have
so good.
nonstop laughter, bro.
That
so
movie
I had to
was
throw
good.
that in there.
That was I
second
saw
one-
it on. I thought of it, and then I saw it on Netflix, and I was like, man, that's almost worth
No,
mentioning.
yeah. And then I was like, oh, do I put the first or the second one? I was like, oh, the first one's the classic. Gotta go with the first
I'm not
one.
gonna lie.
The
I
first
put one of mine.
The second
as a-
one is still
as a
really
series.
good.
It is.
though.
Those updated ones. Sorry, not the old Jumanjis. Those ones are, man, but the new with The Rock.
With The
and
Rock
Kevin,
and-
oh,
yeah.
so funny.
Jack Black.
All the
Jack
time.
Black,
And
yeah, for sure.
good action in it, too. So
The
that's
girl,
still that kind of shooter.
Karen
Yep.
Gillis something
Goes to a
Gillian.
guy, and then the
Oh,
guy
yeah.
goes to
That's
oh,
the
so good.
That's
Such good comedy.
Gamora or whatever. No, she's
The
that
other
girl
lady.
is Nebula. Yeah.
Nebula. Yeah.
Such a good movie.
Okay, so
and
that
then
was your
Loki's,
4.
right? The female Loki. Same girl.
Probably not.
No.
I thought it was.
There's no way that the girl that plays Nebula is also the.
You should do a top
Sylvie.
5 shows next.
We should. I'm that's what I'm
That'll
thinking.
be
That's
up
what's coming
there.
Up there, yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
now moving
Because
to
a lot of my
3.
first thoughts were
3.
shows because I've watched a lot of shows recently.
Okay, for number 3,
School
I
graphic.
actually have Dune Part 1.
Oh, very good. Very good. A man of culture.
There's some scenes in there when I watched it the first time that just like they were
Blew the
just
mind.
so good.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
And rewatching them is so we need to do
where
boys
can
night
we
watch.
buy?
Yes.
Well, boys night. We'll watch them. How can
Dude,
you
I have
watch
an
them?
HBO Max account. We can just I'll sign in and
Let's
just watch
go!
them.
Owen's coming over with the cast.
It's gonna be sick. Yeah, but
We gotta keep
Baller
going. I gotta
movie.
go.
Yeah, again, I've heard good things about that movie.
I have to change my list right now.
Is it changing something we've already covered? No. Okay, good.
Guaranteed.
Okay.
He
So
definitely just
3.
like saw my list
Number
and just
3.
had a life realization.
I have a number 3. I have a number
It's
3. I have a number
okay.
3. Okay, Ethan, you have a comedy. You failed. I have a better comedy.
Uh-oh.
I
On my
bet mine's
number
the
3.
same.
There's no way. Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh,
That was
that's
an honorable
so
mention.
good.
That was an honorable
That's
mention. I thought that's what you
so
were
good.
thinking of that one time. That's an honorable mention for me.
I gotta say, if I have watched it 3 times
Not
and
as
I
funny
don't,
as Jumanji.
I don't
No, it
think
is,
it
though.
gets old.
That is a great.
See, not for me. It gets a
for
little
me it gets old and honestly it's a little cringy for me.
That's
It's
my
the
favorite
genre
part.
of comedy for it is like I'm like oh
That's what it is though.
yeah.
Quotable.
It's an acquired
I
taste.
love
Oh,
it.
it's so quotable.
just blew your mind. with
Pocket
that, Levi,
tater
didn't
tots,
I?
I still quote that though.
Pocket tater. Tina, you fat lord. Come get your dinner.
Ooh.
Okay. So now Levi.
Ethan's number. Oh yeah, Levi's number 3.
Number 3.
Lego Batman.
Oh, that was actually so funny.
How did that make it over in Kanto?
Butler with 2 T's.
I have that in my list.
Whoa! Okay, it did. Okay, it did.
My favorite part is where he changes
It
the
is
parental
so
lock
funny all
and
the
it's
time.
Butler,
The
his master is
intro.
Butler with 2 T's.
Yeah.
And his laugh was hilarious.
That movie is great.
Every time they shot a gun,
Iron Man sucks.
every time they shot, I was like, beep, 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 beep,
Yeah.
I tell you, that was gold. One of my honorable mentions was also
is a
Lego
good
Ninjago.
That
Oh,
is
Ninjago
yes,
is
that's an
good.
honorable mention for
Those
me.
two
That is
Lego
also one of
shows.
mine.
I mean, the original.
Oh, so good.
The Lego movie is
Even the Lego,
whatever.
yeah.
The Lego movie is whatever. Ninjago and Batman. Whoever the freak wrote that,
So good.
geniuses.
Yeah, those are honorable mention like
Hilarious.
6 or 7 probably.
Yeah, that was great.
Definitely
But mine's
top
on my
10s.
list. Okay, your 3.
Okay, my number 3.
Is this what you just changed?
No.
Okay.
I did not. It's
Uh-oh.
I want to
it's
know when you
higher.
changed.
Uh-oh.
So my number 3, this was when we were thinking earlier. Yes, guys. My number 3 movie, Top Gun Maverick.
Okay.
That
I
was
like
a
The
good movie.
second Top Gun.
I
the
definitely
first
like
one's
it
good.
better than the first one.
Second one's better.
I would say just
It's
because
my
you see more
generation.
of the dogfights.
You
and
have to
stuff.
watch the first
Yes.
one though to like the second one as well.
That's
Yeah.
true. But
I would say so.
the second one you could watch alone and still be like, this is a good
Yeah.
movie.
Oh yeah, for
Like
sure.
it would
Yeah.
explain more if you watched the first one, but the second one you could watch. It's a good movie.
Yeah,
because
there's a
they do
major
more, like
plot
he said.
point that
They
you
do,
need
and they
from
do
the
more of the
first one.
dogfighting.
Oh,
They
yeah.
have
you get
him
to see way
and
more.
Well, there's more
whatever.
And like
CGI and
those
stuff. Yeah,
like
that's better.
Russian fighters,
Chicken.
those look so cool.
Yeah.
And like
It was good.
We watched it
Great
when it came out in
action-packed
theater.
movie.
It
That's
was
who
so
I
good.
am.
Yeah,
So
we watched it here.
number
It was
3
pretty
on
good.
my list.
We
Super
watched
good.
that.
And there's
It's
that
a good movie.
heartfelt kind of in it, and
Yeah.
it's funny.
It was also that's a good movie.
Yeah.
Not anything on my list, but yeah.
Number
I mean,
two.
that's something I'd watch.
Therefore, it's not good.
Number 2.
Okay.
Number 2. So
Or-
my number
yeah.
2 is Interstellar.
That's
I don't know if you ever watched it.
Yeah,
Owen
that's a good
just
movie.
looked up top 5 movies and
No.
just
No,
took
I
like Screen Rant's list.
That is a great
I
movie.
love that movie.
Is
I
that
don't know that I've
the
seen it.
is that the one with
You've
the
never
space and the
seen that?
time travel-y-esque
Yeah, I
thing?
kind of, but
How
Yeah,
have you never
Christopher
seen that?
Nolan.
I haven't watched it.
I don't know.
You have that's the second Christopher. Is
How have
Dune
you guys
Christopher
not
Nolan?
seen that?
I think so.
Was Dune Christopher Nolan? Because you've had that would make
Yeah,
this
you just look it up. It's your-
Dune director. Nope, it's not. So you had 2 Christopher Nolan movies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I feel like you've probably seen a little.
You
bit
guys
of
have
it,
never
at
seen
least.
this movie?
Oh, no, I think I have.
Interstellar. It's got Matthew
honestly,
McConaughey in
I
it,
can't remember it. I don't
Bro.
remember it.
Maybe I have.
and like Matt Damon.
I haven't.
That's
You guys
It
just
looks like a
recently
good
watched
movie.
it.
It is so good.
It's highly rated.
Ben, number 2.
My number 2. It was originally Spider-Man: No Way Home,
Okay.
which is
Really?
a good one.
Solid.
But
Okay.
just when you said something about Marvel movies, something clicked in my head,
Yeah.
and I went, I remember actually my favorite Marvel-based
Uh-oh.
movie.
Yes, sir.
And I couldn't pick one. It's both Spider-Verses.
Both Spider-Verses.
I love both
Okay.
of the
Alright,
Spider-Verse.
interesting. If I had to pick one, it'd have to be
What a
probably the
nerd.
second one. But
Yeah,
I
but you
wouldn't pick
can't-
either of them.
I can't have the second one without the third one. I am waiting angrily for the third one.
Sucker.
Do you remember the theater when we
I
watched
remember
that?
sitting right there.
I
next
was
to you.
so
not great.
angry. The
I was like, "There's not
cliffhanger.
enough time left for him to finish this out," and you're like, "No."
Yeah.
Yeah, Owen's
That
like,
was
it's gonna be a
mind-blowing, I'll give you
cliffhanger.
that.
I'm like, it can't be.
Yes.
No, don't do it to me.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
That
They
was
did it
good.
to me.
Okay, Levi. Number 2.
So I had a number 2, and I had a different one I was gonna put on the list, and I flipped the account into number 4, but I technically have 2 number 2s.
Go ahead. I kind of
Go
have
for
to.
it.
I have the 2008 Dark Knight.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay,
And then-
that trilogy was pretty.
That
ballsy.
trilogy is awesome.
And then I have the Taken, the first Taken.
Oh,
The first Taken?
See,
With
those are
Liam
too
Neeson.
creepy,
Liam Neeson.
scary for me, though.
the Taken or Batman or both.
No, Batman's good.
The
The first time I watched
Taken
Taken,
1,
I was
2,
like,
and
"This
3
is
is
a little
kinda-
scary."
Yeah, yeah.
But I watched it when I was way
No,
younger.
I loved it. Oh yeah, I didn't
It was
watch it
pretty
when
cool
they first
spy
came
type.
out. When they first came out, I had a friend who loved Batman. Probably watched him, and they talk about it and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't watch him till later, like probably within the last
I
5
think we
years.
watched them almost.
so good.
The first one, obviously, I couldn't watch pretty much when it came out. I was a baby.
Right,
The
right.
other two, I think, we saw them when they came out.
Well, I can see your older brothers went to watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, we love that.
Yeah,
series.
no, I just recently watched it, and they are as good as people say. I mean,
oh,
it
yeah.
is really good. The Joker one, loved it. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Joker is well done Joker there.
Yeah,
And
Heath Ledger did a good
I
job.
feel like, Heath Ledger, that's who it is. Amazing Joker.
Okay.
And then there's the Bane one that was okay, and I don't remember the other one.
Yeah.
Catwoman.
My number 2. No, so just changed, popped into my head.
No,
I was
snap.
thinking
You guys are having
shooter.
revelations over here every 5 seconds.
No,
about your
you guys are
It's
all
crazy.
gonna be mad that this is not on your list.
Oh,
Oh,
crap.
probably.
I'm not mad about that.
Okay,
movie.
Ben may not
It's
be.
Great.
He's adding content on his list. What'd you say?
I bet Ben hasn't even watched this.
Guys, I'm the Tyler, like from Dude Perfect, of the top
You're gonna
5,
be terrible.
where
yeah,
the whole
yeah,
crew gets
Terrible.
mad at me.
Okay, 2. American Sniper.
I have seen
Great
that.
movie.
That was pretty good.
That is a
I
great
should have made an
movie.
honorable mention.
And it's a true story.
We watched that for a boys' night.
Had to hit that true story. Boom, number 2. Almost put it number 1,
Really?
for
That
this
is
guy.
such a good movie.
And I almost did a tied thing like Levi, but it just barely beat it out because it's
I didn't
just
mean
a
to do
good.
that.
It beat out your 3, right?
Yeah.
What was your 3?
My 3 was Top Gun Maverick, and so
Okay,
at 2
yeah,
I did
yeah.
have Up, just because it's a good sentimental feel good movie
I
that
thought
I
about
could
it.
watch a lot.
I could.
that movie's
But
I-
then American Sniper at my actual number 2.
He kicked Up out. He's like, see ya, Up.
American Sniper. That
Up
is
would be like top 10, but yeah, American Sniper,
Yeah.
such a
top
good
30
movie.
movies next time.
Yeah, right.
We'll just
Literally.
go. Well, every week we'll go 5. So we'll go
Yeah, there
10
you
to 10 to 6 is
We'll
next
do a
week.
top 100. Just do 5 every week.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Number 1, starting off the number 1's Owen.
So my number 1, my favorite trilogy of movies, besides
Oh,
like
trilogy.
Star Wars, when growing up, was Lord of the Rings. I'm a
Whoa.
nerd. Yes.
Whoa.
And my favorite one out of the 3 is the extended version of Return of the King, the third
Okay.
one.
'Cause
just
None
the-
of us have probably watched that.
The battle
not the
scenes and the
extended.
music and the story, and it's like 4 hours long.
Wow.
Did you read the book?
Oh yeah, I've read the books.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm a nerd.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
such a great movie. I love it.
I haven't watched the movies or read the books.
I could watch
just to
endlessly.
offend everyone watching us.
Yeah,
We
right.
used to, every time we go on a car ride, we'd have all the extended versions. And each are like 4 hours. So like, okay, that's Lord of the Rings right away or something like that.
That's funny.
Just
Yeah,
watch all 3
we
of
could
them.
maybe
and
get
then-
a Star Wars ride in. I think we could. Maybe that would be a Batman.
Oh yeah, we always had a
funny.
movie bag. It was so funny.
That's good. Okay,
Yeah,
Ben.
Movie.
Ben's number 1 is.
You're not gonna like it.
Oh,
Wait. Moana.
No, it's the Lego Batman movie.
it's a good
what?
movie. It is
It's
a
a
good
good
But
movie.
number 1.
At
That's
1, yeah, that's a
I
reach.
was thinking. I was like, if I had to sit down right now and watch one movie right now, it'd probably be the Lego Batman.
It's a good.
It's a good movie, not
And
number
I
1.
love it. I love it. I bought it.
Number
I own.
one.
You bought it.
I own the Lego
Or did
Batman
we buy it?
movie.
I think we bought it too because it was on like Prime or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I own it. Unlike YouTube.
Wow.
You own it.
Ben,
I'd love to
I'm
say that.
disappointed in
I think
your
we just
list.
rented it.
I also own Napoleon Dynamite.
Your whole list.
Oh my
sucks.
God.
That's
and
a good
Elf.
classic. That should have been at 1.
You own Elf
I mean,
too.
with your list,
Elf.
Napoleon Dynamite was better than
I also own Elf.
Four
It was
of those
free for a
movies.
Christmas once, and so
Oh
I
my
said
gosh.
claim.
Wow.
Elf is also an honorable mention.
Elf is
Ooh,
such a
That's
good
just
so
a good
could Home
classic.
Alone be the first?
Those 2 movies we just named were better than any 5 of your movies on your list.
Hey, yeah.
He didn't come to it 5.
He tried to help me. He's like, no, he's right actually.
He
That's
originally
accurate.
said the good Spider-Man. Then he switched it to the
The
two
Spider-Verse. Like, what?
Yeah, he ruined it there.
That is critically acclaimed.
Whatever.
For good
Anyways,
reasons.
Levi, number 1. Here it is.
The Bourne Ultimatum.
That is a good
that
Jason
is-
Bourne
that is
series.
good.
When he's looking through the window at Pam and says, "You look tired today." The movie's over. It's the best movie
Dude,
ever.
we should do a top
tired
5
today.
movie trilogies or series.
Ooh.
I thought about a
yes.
series, and I was like,
No,
there's
that's
so
a
many
set.
things you could
That's
do.
definitely a separate category type.
I know
of
that's
thing.
the there's
Shows.
so
You should
many
do a
things.
separate segment.
Yeah, we should
shows,
do shows,
series,
series,
and
like
then
trilogy things.
trilogies.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things you could go from this.
Yes.
It's so hard to choose, though, guys. Don't
Tons
do
of
it to me
content. We're
again.
chilling.
All right.
Okay.
Ethan's number 1.
My number
cars,
one
Cars.
movie.
Cars.
If you didn't know, I love cars.
Shocker!
My
I
number
can
1
see your
is
Toe Mater and Lightning McQueen
Yes,
right now.
It's looking at him right now.
Yes.
They were waiting for you to say it.
Cars 1 with a period. Number 1.
There
That's
is no
just I
two.
went in no thought, just cars right there. I mean,
Ethan-
it's got
Ethan
everything.
probably thought of Cars and then thought of top 5.
Exactly. Toe Mater
It's
covers
like,
your
okay, that's my
comedy.
number 1. What's my number 4?
Lightning McQueen, sports and action.
Is-
Sally and Lightning, kind of the romance part, but
Meh.
kid friendly. Max funny. I
Meh.
mean, it's
Very
just
romance there.
very great.
It's a
Yeah,
kid, still
it is
kind
a
of
good-
more of a kid's movie.
that
What do you
is
want?
That is a kids movie I watched a lot, and as an adult now, I could still watch it a lot.
It's funny. yeah.
No, yeah, that's a good movie.
It's
That's-
cool.
It's almost a classic.
It's funny.
At this point.
Oh, it's so good.
Almost. It is. What is wrong?
It
with
is
it?
a
pretty much.
classic.
I have. I guess if we're gonna do a franchise, I'm gonna kind of shoot myself in the foot. 'cause
No, we'll
I'll
do that
mention it
later.
again. Okay, I won't mention it then. You know
We'll
what?
do
Screw it.
trilogies later.
Can I
I'll
go through my
probably
just
honorable
write it down.
mentions?
Yes, we can go through some honorable mentions.
I do have Ninjago there.
That's
Let's
good.
go!
Yes, sir.
Red Notice with The Rock.
Oh, that's a
I'm
good
still
one.
waiting for the second one.
That is pretty good. Didn't that have Ryan Reynolds and The Rock?
Yes, yes,
And what's her name?
the Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Oh, Gal
Gadot.
Yeah.
Or what?
Yeah.
Gadot.
Gal
Yeah.
Gadot.
however
Great
you say
movie.
it.
Hot
Great
dog.
movie.
That
That
is-
is
That's
such
a
a
solid
funny
honorable
movie.
mention.
The
pick.
Gray Man.
Never seen
That
it.
movie's so
I
good.
don't remember.
That didn't.
Oh, hold on. I'll
This
Google
one,
it.
this one has some good actors in it too.
But
Spider-Man:
Gray
Homecoming,
Man.
great Spider-Man.
Yes.
Avengers:
That was
Endgame,
pretty
like
good.
Ethan said.
So,
Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's Chris
oh
Evans.
my
I
God!
don't know how you missed that.
Ethan did love.
How
Guardians
did
of
that
the
miss
Galaxy.
my list?
Yeah.
Men in Black.
No,
No,
okay, Avengers
so
Endgame's
mad.
better. That's where
Men
I'm gonna
in
put it.
Black is up there too.
The first one.
Dang it!
Yes.
Guardians of the Galaxy is so good, but they were in Avengers Endgame, so boom, Avengers Endgame is just better.
I have Central Intelligence also.
Solid.
I do have the Black Panther. I love that
That was a good
more
movie.
than all of you love that.
Yeah,
That was like my
that's a
favorite
good one.
one.
That's a good one.
And then Free Guy was funny.
That
Free
is
Guy's
funny.
pretty
It's
funny.
good comedy.
And then The Clouds was the heartwarming one out of my entire list.
Levi had to get a heartwarming.
that was
one.
that.
So
Name
I
some
have
honorable mentions. Ben.
I have
brings me
a
to tears.
few, but I'll only mention one.
I have an honorable mention real quick that
Okay,
you
go
guys
ahead.
probably aren't gonna mention.
Go ahead.
It's a new for King and Country movie. That's
my
a
gosh,
Dude,
we already
I
talked about that
didn't
on the
like
podcast.
that as much as
I
I
know,
was
that's an
pretty
honorable
good.
mention
Yeah,
one.
It was
that
good.
was really
It was
good.
good.
Almost got me a
I
couple
put-
times.
I know.
I
A couple
felt-
times. That's
I felt
the crazy
like
part.
I should put. Oh, I already put a musical, The Greatest Showman. I'll put another one. I liked The Greatest Showman. That's a pretty ballin' musical.
That's a pretty public pick.
Okay.
Again, should have been above 4 of your picks on your list.
That is better than Encanto.
But,
and
okay.
Spider-Man.
And then I put what's something I'm excited for coming out.
Okay.
What
The
the
third-
So I don't.
No, don't even say this.
Do you-
Don't even.
Okay,
no.
fine, I won't.
No, I know what you're gonna say, and don't
This is the
say
new
it.
Spider-Man.
No.
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 Okay, I want to know, what is it?
I'm gonna show Ethan and see if he thinks it's what he said.
Yes, Inside Out 2.
I'm
No, they're wasting money on that movie. They
no!
just left it at the first one.
I'm
Yes,
so
it
excited.
might be good, but
you know what? They
no.
probably are gonna bomb it.
That's not
honestly,
honorable
because the
mention.
first one was really good. I'm so
Not
excited
honorable
for the
mention.
second
That's like a
one.
Secret Life of
Oh.
Pets. Not.
I'm excited for
Secret
the.
Life
I'm
of
excited
Pets.
for Despicable Me, the new one. Although that one's also probably gonna be crap.
Ooh, that's a good honorable.
They're
mention.
funny ones.
Yeah, they're just more just dumb, funny kind of
Yeah,
movies,
the
I feel like,
Minions.
than anything.
Have you guys seen the movie Nimona?
No.
Okay,
Huh?
it was on Netflix.
Huh? No, I haven't
I watched it once.
Ben
It was
sold
okay.
his list.
Absolute sell.
Well, I think my list was good.
Well,
We
But
gotta
that's
wrap this up.
fair. I didn't think you guys were gonna like my list.
We got.
And it's not. If I had an hour and a half to think about it, I probably could have made a better list. But I only worked like 20 minutes on it, so that's what I got. That's what I got. I'm sorry.
okay, guys. That
On that disappointing note of Ben's list,
Ben's sad list. I
No
feel
more
like
lists for
we
you.
had great lists. We may not let Ben make another list.
Ben's gonna have to host it and not have.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
On that
For
note,
sure.
guys, like, comment, subscribe as always. Part 2, that's a wrap. Owen Bonson might be on later. Great to have you.
But Owen, thank you for coming
yes,
on.
thanks for
course.
coming
Thank you
on.
for your time.
This is a good time.
Like,
I would
comment,
say.
subscribe.
Yes!
Yes, sir.
That's the goal.
That's the point of this, is for our enjoyment, even if you guys hate it. Piss off.
I love it. Yes.
Leave your comments in the... Unless they're bad comments.
Yeah,
leave them
probably
in the comment
save that, or you
section.
get
Yeah,
reported.
if you're gonna make a bad comment, I'll delete it.
Yeah.
We will
Yeah.
read them though.
We
And then
probably
I'll
will. Probably will.
I will read it. I'll
We might
screen
make
snip
episodes out of it.
It. I'll
Yes.
screen snip it. I'll send it to them, and then I'll delete it.
Okay, like, comment, subscribe. I hope you all have a blessed day, and we will see you next week. Peace.
See you guys.